We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
On game day, you want to focus on 3 things: football, friends, and food. And what makes all those better? Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original gives grilled food an authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor you can't get anywhere else. Well-fed friends are happy friends.
So good.
And football? Well, it's just more fun with a burger in hand. Elevate your backyard game day grilling with Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The following is a paid program. The views expressed are those of the hosts and their guests and not those of the station, iHeartMedia, or its advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it, as we do every single day. We do have a good program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. We'll do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 3:45, it's the Froggers football forecast. We'll need 4 callers for an opportunity to win a $25 gift card to our friends over at Froggers Grill and Bar. 4 o'clock hour, we'll do What You Do That's New. Debs is up. The Fort Sumter little short film about Fort Sumter and its role in the Civil War, and then afterwards, which was very interesting. 5 o'clock hour, It's Only Money. Our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth drops by to talk a little bit about cash. We do have trivia. Bob Dylan tickets up for grabs today. We'll end it up with Raw's Thoughts Last Call. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long, plus 4 sweet opportunities to win $1,000. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedian Ross Padgett.
If you still have your tree up, you're my kind of person.
Oh, God. Oh, my God almighty, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twixter, it's at Jim Colbert Show, and, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Bills, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Just slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Remember, if you're in the game, keep your phone near, keep it turned on, and answer the damn thing, even if you don't recognize the number, because that, my friends, is how they tell you you've won.
Keep your volume up, too.
That's right.
Just like Jack has said.
Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck.
You know, you just called it Twixter, and has Elon publicly came out and said why he named the app X? Because it's starting to really sound like he just wants to hear that CNN is on X, or that Fox News is on X, or anything and everything is on X.
I don't know, man. I just think the guy, he tries too hard to be different. I don't understand what his fascination with that is. I mean, it goes down to his kids' names. Well, I mean, it's kind of a thing for him, right?
It's something in mathematics. It's like the unknown factor is what's represented by X in mathematics.
Variable.
See, I just think he likes to joke that everyone sounds like they're on ecstasy. Because I know he has, like, that immature but still funny, like, I'm CEO and I'm down to make some inappropriate jokes bone in him.
Yeah, either way, I believe that we can all agree, though, worst joke, most expensive worst joke.
Yeah.
Right? Most expensive worst joke of all time. That one cost you $45. That's a stinger. Like, even if you're that guy, that's a stinger. I don't care. All right, 407-916-1041. You guys having a good Tuesday so far? A good day today? We got to see your car last night. It's fantastic. Beautiful. So nice. I told my wife about your car last night.
I know, man. I really overshot it probably. We'll find out if it was financially a good decision.
Yeah, it looks odd because it feels like you're going to get pulled over a lot just for being inside it.
Yeah, because then I walk out with like a beanie on.
Right. You look straight up like carjacking material.
It looks like I stole it. Yeah,
it looks like you stole it. Or you're borrowing it from someone. It does not look like you have ownership.
Whenever I drive that car, I feel like I'm the third wet bandit. Like I'm like Marv's little brother.
Right, exactly. Got to have a moniker.
Yeah. But I'm so happy that you guys liked it. I had so much fun driving it to work. Having a new car is truly a game changer. You don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
You ever hear that one?
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
There are the things that you don't know about, and then those are the things that you don't even know that you don't know about.
And that's one of them.
And that was one of them. Having fun driving and enjoying your
Very
vehicle.
nice. I love it.
Woo.
Time for a road trip, killer.
It's about time.
All right, 407-916-1041. I know you guys aren't watching this show, but I'm going to...
You don't know.
I'm going to implore you to watch the show True Detective.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it then because I...
Well, then don't, because some of us haven't started it yet, but we did see the interview with Jodie Foster, who said that once she read the script for the show, she knew it was a project that she had to be involved in.
Let me tell you, man. What episode are you on? Are you caught up?
No. I only the first episode of the newest season with Jodie Foster. I just, prior to the week before, last week, I just finished season 3 with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, so my talking to one of my daughters last night, and she had not even heard of the show. I'm like, oh my God, dude, just go back and watch every season, and then that way, when you get done, this season will be ready for you to consume, because all of them are good. This one, however, for me, is specifically good, because they jump into a realm that they really haven't, that I can't remember, that they really haven't kind of been in yet. And I'm not going to say supernatural by any means, but there is something about this episode that seems otherworldly. I don't know how to explain it. But
and just on the first episode, the unexplained phenomenon.
It's based in Ennis, Alaska, which apparently just north of that is nothing.
Yeah.
It is on the cusp of humanity. I mean, to be honest with you, it looks like it's one of the most inhospitable environments you could ever imagine residing in. Would you agree with that?
Dark for half the year.
And constantly 30 below.
Yeah.
Like perpetually 30 below.
Like, why are people living here?
Well, the mines. I mean, they make good money up there. You know where to spend it except on alcohol and drugs. But it is really good. The first couple episodes, I was like, the acting was not stiff, but it seemed like they were kind of getting to know each other as actors. But man, this episode, this last one, this third one, I think, third or fourth.
The third one just came out. It's every Sunday they release
every
it?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, they snapped in. This third episode is no joke, and it's starting to kind of pick up so now you're doing that thing where you're waiting. Remember Bird Box?
Yes.
And was it, what was the one where you had to be quiet?
Quiet
John
Place.
Krasinski's movie.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. So those two movies, they dived in on that whole idea of not showing you what the bad guy is or not showing you what the phenomenon is for quite a while. Matter of fact, with Bird Box, they never even showed it. You just kind of assumed, right? Because it would be the rustling of a tree or an area, and the next thing you know, it was Dunzo, right?
Yeah.
Quiet Place, we saw it at the very end, right? So you really they built that drama going all the way up to the reveal of whatever was causing the chaos.
It's got Jaws syndrome.
And this one is doing a very, very good job of that. Damn good, dude.
I haven't seen you this excited over a show in quite some time here.
I love crime dramas. It's like my favorite thing in the world to watch, especially if they're written well. And, and to be honest with you, although Jodie Foster had quite a moment with Silence of the Lambs, I think that was the beginning and end of her acting hierarchy to me. I don't really find her a super talented actress, but she does have the grit to pull this off, and it's working. And this actress that's is it Inuit? In that area, or
yes,
is it
Inuit.
Okay? Yeah, and the Inuit woman who is playing this role is an actress, obviously, but I do not recognize her from anywhere. But what is one of the most interesting aspects, and I was talking to my wife about this, and the reason I love this show so much, we hear so little about Native American culture outside of what we hear at those special times of year. You don't hear much about the Inuit culture at all, which is the Alaskan.
Those are the ones that we thought Eskimo was the proper name.
Exactly right. So in the ice bridge, for years came over. They have an Asian kind of feel to their look. So it's different from people that you see in the rest of North America. It is one of the most fascinating cultures. It is truly a fascinating culture.
It's like Snow Raven.
Yeah, because of their contact with the earth and because of how long that culture has been, has considered themselves a partner with the planet. You can see now in this third episode how those kind of topics and subjects are kind of being approached when continuing with the storyline. Very good show. If you haven't seen it, True Detective, it's on Max. The latest season has Jodie Foster as it, and that's when you'll know that's good. Based in Alaska. Yeah, Ross.
How how much of Jodie Foster is in this thing, because I really like Jodie Foster when she leans into being Jodie Foster.
Oh, she leans in.
She's double, triple Jodie Foster.
She's a cantankerous Alaskan detective.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what are you doing around here?
Yeah, right. And she, I can tell you, much like Jamie Lee Curtis, she decided to let age do its thing. She doesn't try to, kind of fake her age. And Jodie Foster is aged, and
I'd still let her boss me around.
And you can see it, and I like that. She's not pulled back tight where she's 65, but she looks 40. She looks weathered. She looks like she's had a tough life as a detective, and she pulls that off of the acting. It's a good show, man.
We taught each other a lot. She and I started a movie together.
Did you really?
Yeah, we were both in Contact.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
You guys are basically best friends.
Yeah. Now, is this the actress you stayed at the La Quinta Inn and swapped?
No. But, we shared a scene. There's a scene in Contact where we are both there. And
is that the name of the movie, or
Contact?
Yeah, Contact is the movie, right?
Matthew McConaughey, Jodie Foster,
I thought
Jack
maybe
Bradshaw.
that's just what you wanted.
It's one of the most famous South Park jokes of all time, I think, right? Yeah. It turned out to be her father, or whatever it was.
So, we had a scene together. It was a memorable moment.
In other words, she was being filmed and you were 300 feet in the background?
It was exactly 300 feet.
Yeah. How was that experience, by the way?
I think you really nailed that one.
Was it fun?
It was. And when you are an extra in the movie, and they were doing this at the Cape Rock, my good buddy Bob Zemeckis, he was the director.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
Oh, Bobby Z?
Yeah, I love Bobby Z.
You get, $60 for the day to be your extra, but I had to wear a suit. I was a reporter. So in the old scene, when you would see the space shuttle go, and they would show the press corps in stands, and they would show that giant clock, and then the water, and in the distance you'd see the launch facility. That's, I think, 3 miles from the pad.
It is.
That is the area where we filmed. I was a reporter in those stands. Her scene was a few hundred feet away. Her and Tom Skerritt, and we were the background.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to have to watch that now.
I might be a smidge out of focus since she was in the foreground of that shot.
Just a touch.
And then there's another shot the next day where my truck is actually in it. I drove a Nissan pickup, and on the back was a giant smiley face peace sign and a yin yang all on the back window. But I was one of many cars where we were lined up on the causeway like any Brevardian would be for a shuttle launch. You get your causeway pass, and we were there watching the event of the movie happen in the same place, like on a launch pad, just like you would a rocket launch or a shuttle launch. So my truck was in it as well. But if you need to be pretty good on the pause button to find it.
I'll check that out. Someone just texted us at 77031, said, I was in that movie too. I was in the marching band that was there.
There you go.
Wow, look at there. But we're surrounded by movie stars, Ross.
That's how I judge movie stars, how blurry they are.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Debbie, got some news for us?
Yeah, we do. We're going to talk about, if you have not heard, the Broadway great Chita Rivera has died at the age of 91. Closer to home, a judge pushes back against a Volusia County I-95 project. And the first human with a Neuralink implant is recovering. Oh, goody.
Here we go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Sometimes I give too much. I'm sure people get sick of me. Moron on Facebook
I've
again.
heard that about Russ Rollins. He's a giver.
I am a giver.
Not a taker.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a bit of delays to watch out for this afternoon. Eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. Slowdowns westbound between the Beach Line and approaching State Road 535. Congestion on I-4 westbound between US 192 and approaching State Road 429. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is up to speed on the Greenway and State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Man, inflation is running high. Nobody knows when it's going to level out, but that is why you got to buy your windows and doors right now at FAS Windows and Doors and lock in that price. That's right. The largest showroom for windows and doors in all of Central Florida, 38 unique windows ready for you to operate and find the ones you like. And it's really amazing what the style matters and how it matters. But they have so many. You'll never have to worry about having choices. Plus, they're all built with impact-resistant glass. That gives you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors, which is awesome here in Florida. They always give you plenty of estimates. They're always free. They always give you tons of options. And all of these products, every single one has a lifetime warranty. And if you act right now, you could get rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. Their showroom is so easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4 right there. Slide in, pick out your windows. Have them installed. Your house will love you for it. You will as well. Your AC will work less. Your power bill will be less. Your house will be safer. And it'll look better from the road as well. Plus, you have no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months as well. It's FASWD.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they are making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high, and so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. ForThePeople.com.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life, A massive data leak, being called the mother of all breaches, has been announced. Billions upon billions of records with sensitive data from previous breaches, newly stolen data, and privately sold databases have been exposed. Cybercriminals can use this information to commit identity theft. Help protect yourself and join the millions who trust LifeLock. LifeLock detects identity threats and alerts you if your information is being used. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Save up to 25% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Tailgate Party and more. iHeartRadio has the perfect soundtrack for your pre-game party, whether it's just you or a block party for the entire neighborhood. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Tailgate, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword. If you're playing the game, get over to realradio.fm and send that on for your chance at $1,000. BILLS is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Broadway legend Cheetah Rivera is dead at 91. The Tony Award-winning dancer and singer rose to fame in the role of Anita in the original production of West Side Story in the 1950s, reprising not that role, but another role in the latest updated version of West Side Story, Steven Spielberg's version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was also known for her unforgettable parts in the original cast of Chicago and Bye Bye Birdie, as well as the lead role of Kiss of the Spider Woman. Her daughter says she died in New York following a brief illness, died peacefully at home. Rivera was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Obama in 2009.
She was the queen.
Yeah, she was the queen.
I just remember the ad starring Cheetah Rivera as the queen. Don't even know what show, but I know she was the queen.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is I'm not super familiar with her at all.
Oh,
because
really?
I'm kind of new to the Broadway thing. Or just, really since we've had this show, have I really become accustomed to going to the shows? And I'm still not familiar with the legends of it,
Oh,
Yeah. I just remember growing up in that tri-state area in Jersey. The commercials for Broadway.
Right.
Starring Cheetah Rivera.
It's like Eartha Kitt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just one of those, stalwarts. President Biden will attend the dignified transfer of the soldiers killed in a strike in Jordan. National Security spokesman John Kirby told reporters Biden spoke with the families of the 3 fallen service members today. Kirby said the president expressed how proud the nation is of their service. Military aircraft will bring the remains of the soldiers back to the U.S. on Friday. The troops were killed Sunday in a drone attack carried out by Iranian-backed militant group. They believe that the soldiers who were asleep at the time may have mistaken the drone for a U.S. surveillance drone and not an enemy drone, and that's part of the reason why it was able to get so close to the base.
I heard it followed an Army drone in. And that's what the confusion was. They knew an Army drone was coming back. The bad drone got in behind it and confused the ability to target which drone was which. And then it was too late.
Yeah.
That's what I heard today.
I hadn't heard that yet. I'll look into that one. In the meantime, Biden says he has made a decision on how to respond to that drone attack that killed 3 U.S. troops. That's what he told reporters today while departing the White House. The president added he holds Iran responsible for supporting the militant group who carried out the attack, but he emphasized at the same time he is not seeking a wider war in the Middle East. And the reason why he departed the White House is because he's in South Florida. He's set to attend campaign fundraisers in Palm Beach and Miami. In fact, tickets for the Miami event cost as much as $250,000. So much for taking the money out of politics. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley will be in Palm Beach County this week for a fundraising event, followed by a trip to Miami for herself. And then former President Donald Trump is set to host fundraising events at his Mar-a-Lago home next month.
The hailstorm. I'm trying to make it a thing. Just let me try to
keep
have
working.
it stick.
Keep working. She needs help.
I love his commitment to it.
A hailstorm in Palm Bay this week.
A proposal restricting certain flag displays throughout Florida is facing a setback in Tallahassee.
Okay.
The bill stalled in a state Senate committee yesterday. It would have prevented public schools, universities, and other government facilities from flying flags with a political ideology viewpoint. That would include LGBTQ plus pride flags. This isn't the end for the measure. Another Senate panel is expected to take up the proposal in the coming days.
That's right, guys. Insurance still high.
And then we now know who's behind flyers found at a Latino church in Orlando. The flyers found last week at Iglesia Episcopal Jesus de Nazaret in Azalea Park.
All right, Jim's turn.
I didn't know that it was going to end. I'm going to be honest with you.
And here, that's for Jim even considering.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jack. I got pre-buzzed. First time ever. That's a show first, guys. Mark this.
The pre-buzz.
Well, the flyers found in Azalea Park advertised free trips.
Oh, Lord.
Out of state for migrants. The flyers were written in English, Spanish, and Creole. The Orlando Sentinel reported yesterday the flyers were left there by a company working for the state. Now, the company is named My Bright Horizons, but the Sentinel reports that's a fictitious name for a Texas company called Access Restoration Services. They have a contract with the state to relocate migrants. Reverend Ken Green is senior pastor at another church contacted by My Bright Horizons. He tells the Sentinel this seems political, and it's inappropriate for anyone to try to politicize churches. Yeah. All right, another news that does not have to do with politics. This story continued to change literally all day yesterday.
All right.
But members of a Brevard County church are mourning the loss of their former pastor.
Oh, yeah.
Former St. Joseph Catholic Church priest Robert Hoffner was shot to death this weekend in Palm Bay. The Orlando Diocese says he was a priest for 50 years. One woman credits Father Hefner for bringing her closer to God, and she says he was like a mentor. Another woman tells Channel 9 he'll never be forgotten. Now, Hefner's sister, Sally, and a 78-year-old man were also killed. That 70-year-old man is actually the grandfather of the accused shooter. He's 24-year-old Brandon Kappas. Now, he was killed in a shootout with police on Sunday. 2 police officers were hurt. One has already been released from the hospital. The other is still in the hospital, but both are expected to survive. Police still are not sure how Kappas and Hoffner may have known each other, what the relationship was. But he killed his 78-year-old grandfather. He killed the 76-year-old priest and the priest's 69-year-old sister.
Good Lord.
In Palm Bay on Sunday. The grandfather was found at one location, then these 2 victims were found at another location, and they're still trying to figure out what's the motive behind this. What could possibly be the motive behind this? All right, an investigator with the Broward Medical Examiner's Office is facing charges for stealing the credit card information of at least one dead resident.
That's always that's a great look.
This is why I've always agreed with that tradition in Judaism where someone stays with the body of the deceased for 24 hours.
Right.
Until they're buried. They're never left alone.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So you never have to worry about something like this happening.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'm going to convince my wife of that. Now you got to stare at me while I rot.
Somebody.
40 hours.
But I'm going to put
24.
all my expensive jewelry on just to tempt everybody.
Yeah,
I want her to work for it.
People say 24, but keep going until I smell.
That's right.
Well, he stole the credit card information of at least one dead resident and used it to transfer money to his own accounts. According to police records from 2020 until November 2023, 38-year-old Daryl Fernando Reed's Cash App account listed 27 payment sources, including the credit card of a man who died in New York City while he worked for the New York City Medical Examiner's Office.
Good Lord of mercy.
You catching that?
They bring him in for the autopsy and he ganks their wallet and credit cards?
The old double dip.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's going to make Costco confused.
I thought this guy was all right. Never mind.
All right, a Coast Guard crew is back in St. Petersburg after what its commander calls an extremely successful patrol.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I think you're going to agree with those words.
All right.
The Coast Guard announced yesterday the 80-member crew of the Cutter Resolute returned to St. Pete after a 60-day counter-drug patrol. They seized 10,000 pounds of marijuana.
That's a bunch.
And cocaine worth about $55 million.
Oh, man.
6 people were arrested for drug trafficking.
How tempting is that, though? You're sitting on 5 tons of Colombian marching juice.
Man.
And you're just sitting there.
No.
55 milli.
No.
55 milli. That's one text to a buddy with a bass boat away from a really nice place to live.
Oh, yeah. No. No, you know not
right,
what
okay,
if you speak
my
of.
God, okay.
I like how he's over here pulling off an Ocean's Palacus.
I know, no doubt.
I
I'm
got
over here
that.
going, yeah, I've been to Colombia, man. You don't want to do that.
In an Ocean's Plaga, everybody dies except the bad guy. The bad guy lives every single time.
All right, a proposed Volusia County interchange project along I-95 is getting some pushback. An administrative law judge ruled yesterday that the Florida Department of Transportation should not have been granted an environmental permit. So Judge E. Gary Early says the St. Johns River Water Management District should reject the request for the proposed interchange between Port Orange and New Smyrna Beach. The permit would allow FDOT to run stormwater off of the development and into Spruce Creek.
Oof.
So several organizations believe the project will unlawfully harm the waterway. The district will make a final decision with the design phase expected to begin in late March.
Wow.
Speaking of developments, Universal Orlando Resort is unveiling the first details about Central Florida's next theme park. Universal Epic Universe is set to open next year and will feature 5 new lands. Super Nintendo World, the place where you'll be able to find me, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Celestial Park, and Dark Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Guests will enter through Celestial Park, which will feature mythological-inspired architecture and a dual-launch racing coaster. Meanwhile, Dark Universe is inspired by classic Universal monsters, characters like Frankenstein's monster and Dracula.
All right.
Epic Universe will also be the home of the Universal Helios Grand Hotel that will have 500 rooms and unique views of the park.
Good Lord, man. It's a monster over there,
Isn't it?
It's
going to be
cool.
a beast.
Like the hotel, when you walk in that gate, the hotel is like the backdrop of it. And then
really?
the whole park lays out right in front of it. It's pretty. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I actually thought about assigning them where people are just making tons of content, but getting drone footage of the construction site.
Really?
And they compare they keep showing the updates of this process of building and where they are. Because from Universal, I mean, they just released some nice drawings.
Right,
of it,
exactly.
But these YouTubers are, getting all of this coverage to show, them actually doing the build.
Dude, I can't. I got to go to that Nintendo World.
Yeah, I mean,
eat mushrooms and then eat mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm just saying, dude.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Central Florida authorities are warning football fans to watch out for scams ahead of the NFL's Pro Bowl games this weekend.
But nobody falls for those anymore. Like the one I have in the news today.
Oh, no.
Oh, God almighty, dude.
Is this worse than Raspberry Pi?
Yeah. Well, it's a stay in your lane thing. I'll explain later.
Okay. Well, Homeland Security Investigations Orlando says criminals could try to exploit fans at major sporting events, think with counterfeit merchandise. So officials are encouraging people to shop at trusted stores, where the prices are at least 4 times more.
Right.
Be cautious when buying something online and only buy event tickets through established retailers. I think of that family that was told to buy like $10,000 in gift cards, and that was their Disney vacation until they found out that, no, that wasn't going to equal a vacation. The Pro Bowl games will take place at Camping World Stadium starting Thursday, through Sunday. If you're going to be going to the games, just be aware. Chance for thunderstorms on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A Miami teacher is being rewarded for the way she weaves football into her lessons.
All right. This is good.
Dolphins cheerleaders presented Pinecrest Elementary School's Mary Martinez with 2 Super Bowl tickets yesterday. One example of how she uses football in her classroom involves one of the quarterbacks she'll be watching in the big game. San Francisco's Brock Purdy, he's so pretty, is known as Mr. Irrelevant.
That's right.
Because he was taken with the last pick of the 2022 NFL draft. So Martinez used that to break down the word irrelevant for her students. What does the word irrelevant mean?
Very cool.
Isn't it? It's kind of like Nickelodeon jumping in on that, right?
That's awesome.
And kids, how do you spell CTE?
Right.
She'll be rooting for Purdy and the 49ers when they play the Kansas City Chiefs in Las Vegas on February 11th. Martinez also tells 7 News out of Miami she'll be there to represent all teachers.
All right.
And then more than 8,200 pounds of supplies are on their way to the International Space Station. Did you guys happen to catch the launch at 12:07 today?
I did not.
Well, NASA, SpaceX, and Northrop Grumman are celebrating the successful launch from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station earlier this afternoon. The spacecraft, which is carrying a variety of new equipment and science research, is expected to reach the ISS on Thursday. It will then start its journey back to Earth in May.
Oh, wow. Really?
They got a lot of stuff to load back up on it.
I guess so.
A lot of garbage.
Really?
A lot of
Oh,
recycling.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
God.
Because I'm sure they take samples of everything.
Oh, God. I bet it smells like Hulk Hogan's pantry.
Do you know what I heard that it smells like, what the ISS smells like? Burnt cookies.
Really?
Yep.
I've heard that.
Burnt cookies.
I've heard space smells like gunpowder.
Really?
That's what I smell, like spent gunpowder. That's what I've heard space smell. I think Mike Leinbach told us that a couple of the astronauts said it has a smell of that, like spent gunpowder.
Oh, wow. I've heard from a female astronaut who said that, and I guess it's a group of like only a dozen people who will ever be able to describe what the International Space Station smells like. But I guess it's like one of those things that they're first asked when they step in is, what does it smell like to you?
I bet. Old human. Lots of old human.
Death. Cold, dark death.
There we are, Jack. And then finally, speaking
And
of
vanilla.
With a hint of vanilla?
All things SpaceX, Elon Musk says the first human to receive a Neuralink cybernetic brain implant is recovering. The company founded by Musk aims to eventually use the implants to control electronic devices and allow people with paralysis to regain motor function. Musk hopes the implants could help people with diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The tech billionaire posted on X that the implant was put in a human for the first time on Sunday.
The first test to know if it was working from the surgery, where they did the surgery, they had him start his Tesla in the parking lot. Just with his thought. Just by thinking about it.
I was 3/4 invested in that. Like, yeah. Oh, damn it, Jack.
This whole Neuralink thing is exactly like a bill where it's like, hey, it's going to make paraplegics walk again and pay for your McDonald's through your hands.
Right.
Like, wait, whoa. Let's just do the first part.
It's funny. I heard the guy that got the Neuralink, his first thing he did is send out a racist tweet on X.
Can you imagine if your Neuralink backfires and all your thoughts get tweeted?
Oh, my God. That would not be good.
Oh, man.
That would not be
canceled.
Oh, you got a movie treatment right there, buddy.
Yeah, I think I
He
just
did
nailed
what
that.
to an old picture of Granny?
Regardless, now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Bills is your 3 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. I need 4 callers because next we're going to do the Froggers football forecast, and one of you guys, is going to take home a $25 gift card to Froggers Grill and Bar. We'll do that next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there,
Here is your midday weather update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today we'll see highs about 66 degrees, feeling very nice. A lower breeze, nice low humidity, warm sunshine. As long as you're in the sun, it feels pretty good. Highs near 70 from tomorrow right through the end of the week. Then on Sunday, we're going to see some storms rolling in with rain. Sunday is a Fox 35 weather impact day. Any outdoor activities could get soaked. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are at your local Kentucky Fried Chicken. Choose from 3 delicious options: a 2-piece meal with a wing, breast, and buttery biscuit, a famous bowl, or a savory chicken pot pie. Only available at select participating locations. Tax extra. It's finger-licking good.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It didn't take long for my experience with Life Imaging FLA to come to fruition, to look and see exactly what these guys do for not only me, for Jack, we all went to get our scans, but also for our listeners who have been texting us, emailing us, and letting the guys over at Life Imaging FLA know just how important they've been to this community. Guys, it is, man, I've been doing this a long time. I've never had a client had this kind of experience where people are coming up to us at events and going, hey, look, we took your advice. We went to Life Imaging FLA. We get that free heart scan, just like you said. And I thought I had problems, but my partner had way worse problems. I turned out to be fine, or vice versa. It's led a number of our listeners to go get surgeries to make sure that they can have a longer, healthier life. And that's exactly what I did with my scan from Life Imaging FLA. It's free, by the way, just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value, but it allowed me to see other things in my body that I need to pay attention to. I took that information right to my primary care doctor. We started building a plan, and boom, next thing you know, you're off and running to a longer, healthier life. No dyes. Don't take off your clothes. This only takes a few minutes, but what you get in the long run is incredible. Do exactly what I did. Call these guys now and book your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Make this year, 2024, the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
He's an American icon with countless hit songs that changed our lives. He stopped releasing music decades ago. Lucky for us, he's back now with a brand new song, and we've got it at iHeartRadio.
I had no intention of writing or singing or recording in a studio ever again.
Hear the iHeartRadio world premiere of Billy Joel's Turn the Lights Back On and the story behind how it all came together. Thursday morning at 7, right here.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
This week at Target, you'll find great deals for everyone. Save 25% on delicious treats from Favorite Day, like seasonal cookies, candy, and more with Target Circle. Prep for your spring getaway with 30% off swim for the whole family, or save 50% on the Sur La Table 5-quart air fryer. And discover great pet deals at Target. Right now, save 20% on Fresh Step or Up and Up cat litter. Check back each week for more new ways to save. But hurry, these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply. See Target.com for details.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year. And let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Time for the Froggers football forecast, brought to you by our good friends over at Froggers Grill and Bar. 4 of these delicious locations all throughout Central Florida. Big game coming up in a couple weeks. You're definitely going to want to be a part of that for Froggers. Even if they just cater it for you, they destroy it. Their menu has everything from pierogies to pizzas. You can't lose. Thanks, Froggers. We appreciate it very much. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. And so is Ross.
Yeah, one of the reasons you might want to check out one of the 4 Froggers locations, which you find at Froggers.com. Ribbit. For the big game is because you'll be able to enjoy 58-cent beer specials, 58-cent wing specials, and all sorts of prizes, including free wings for a year, Universal Orlando tickets, Magic tickets, and more.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's their big game prize, and they're doing it at all area locations. There's 4 of them. They are, locally owned, part of our community for years. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Again, you find them at Froggers.com. Ribbit.
All right, so let's roll this out because this is kind of an interesting week.
It is an interesting week because, throughout the season we had our, ups and downs, and Ross did really well, and then he was a regular season winner. Then we scrubbed the record clear, so we started over in the playoffs, and Ross won a week there, and Deb did real well. Yeah, I think Jim. I think you won a couple weeks ago. You were right up there.
What you been doing?
I'm playing.
Okay.
I like the long shots.
Okay.
So let's see.
Yeah.
So what's interesting? We had 2 games. That when you have 2 games, there are 4 possible outcomes between what the combination of winning teams.
Right.
The 4 of us on our own each picked a unique outcome for this past weekend.
Which is, when you think about how crazy that is.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that none of us chose the same combination of teams is insane.
Yeah. So that means one of us had both games correct. 2 of us had 1 right and 1 wrong. And 1 of us had both games wrong. That's inevitable.
Wow.
Now, the caller who correctly picks that person who went 2-0 will win a $25 Froggers gift card.
All right, let's get to it. Who is first here, big dog?
I think it's only appropriate. Let's welcome Adam.
Adam,
how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
All right, buddy, we're doing great. All right, so for this $25 gift card to Froggers, who do you think picked the best this past weekend?
I wish I would have been listening last week. I'll go with you, Jim.
You'll go with me. Which is crazy considering how poorly I have done this entire season.
Well, you were last place last week.
I was last place.
Yeah. But in the first game, Jim, you picked Kansas City.
I did take Kansas City. I thought they were the better football team.
So you did not finish in last place.
I did not finish in last place.
But, however, in the nightcap.
Yeah, in the nightcap.
It looked like you were losing.
Yeah.
Until you weren't, because you also had San Francisco. Jim, you were the 2-0 winner this week.
And that means
they win a $25 Froggers gift card.
Adam, you're a winner, buddy. Right off the bat, you chose me, and I won both games. You get a $25 gift card to Frogger's Grill and Bar, buddy.
Ribbit.
Awesome. Thank you.
Give us a ribbit.
Adam, we need a ribbit from you.
Oh, my apologies. Ribbit.
Attaboy. A gravy guttural ribbit. I love it.
Ribbit. 4-star ribbit right there.
Yeah, man.
Hole in the neck ribbit.
I have to tell you, it's funny. I thought that Detroit was going to screw up. Easy, buddy. Was going to screw up my picks because Detroit was kicking San Francisco's ass going into halftime.
It looked like Deb was about to be 2-0. Deb had Kansas City and the Lions.
Yeah.
Those are the teams I wanted, but unfortunately that didn't come to fruition.
Hey, so who lost both?
Well, someone took the Ravens and the Lions because they were betting with their heart in the second game.
Who would that be?
That was a ribbit.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Jack, why are you so bad?
That would be me.
Why are you so bad at it, buddy?
Because I wanted to believe in the Lions.
Yeah, same here.
I wanted to be able to root for them in the game and wanted them to win. And I figured if they were going to win in an upset, then both underdogs were not going to win. So by default, I took the Ravens in the early game just so I could put all my upset karma on the Lions to win.
Yep.
And my karma ran out in the beginning of the third quarter.
Until the Ravens do not rely 70% on how well Lamar Jackson plays to win, I will never bet on them in the playoffs. Not one dime ever. They are not a playoff football team. They are not complete, unfortunately. And quarterback is the weakness. I know it seems like it's not, but it's the weakness because, unfortunately, when your entire offense rotates around one guy, regardless of how good he is, you can't win.
It's really weird to call the weakness the MVP.
Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I do not.
You don't?
I disagree with all of that.
How'd they lose then?
Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl. Can I get you on that?
Oh, wow. As long as they're in the AFC playing Patrick Mahomes every year?
I don't think the Baltimore
no.
Ravens are leaving
they're
AFC.
Not. They're not. Who do they have to play every year?
No, it would be Patrick Mahomes.
Every year.
The
AFC Championship game. They would be facing Kansas City.
So they have to get through.
If Kansas City was in the playoffs.
They have to get through not only Kansas City,
Baltimore.
They got to get through Baltimore, they got to get through Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm willing to say that he's going to have a very difficult time winning a Super Bowl. Wouldn't you agree that if there was any year?
Everyone has a difficult time winning a Super Bowl.
But wouldn't you agree that this would be the optimum year they could have gone and won?
So far, this was their best shot. But also not the first time though that Lamar's been to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't believe that he can make it there with the way the team is set up right now. I just don't. It just relies too much on him. And that's the problem, I believe. And they abandoned their play. They abandoned their entire play scheme.
Yeah, I don't know.
They ran the ball 6 times the entire game.
Yeah, that was bad.
Insane.
A lot of coaching mistakes and a lot of rookie mistakes with Zay Flowers. But I think that team will win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
Maybe so. I mean, and again, I'll push back on the Zay Flowers thing. I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Again, is that a bad play or did somebody just make a really good defensive play? He wasn't like he was flopping the ball around. He had it tucked under his arm, going down. Yeah. He was literally 6 inches away from being down. Somebody made an incredible play. The taunting thing was stupid. That's a rookie move.
Correct.
But, he just got outplayed. It happens. They're the better team. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, too, by the way.
Then he cut his hand on banging his head on his helmet.
Yeah,
rookie.
So who do you guys have? Do you like San Fran or do you like Kansas City?
Fran.
I think I'm going San Fran.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah,
City.
Never bet against Patrick Mahomes, guys. Not going to do it. Not going to bet against that guy. Not going to bet against Travis Kelce. And I think right now Travis Kelce, numbers-wise, is the greatest tight end that's ever played the game.
Yeah, that's hard to disagree with.
Do you know, I was listening to Coward a little bit this morning coming in. If you look at the greatest receiving records in all of the NFL football, Travis Kelce loses to one person in almost every major category, and that one person is Jerry Rice, who took 20 years to compile those numbers. Travis has only been in the league 10.
Now he's got his girl.
Yeah, I mean, he's a monster. That team is a monster. I mean, they're beasts. Their defense is unreal. Can I tell you, it would not be surprising if they beat them by 10. I'm going to be honest with you. I would predict the Chiefs could beat this team by 10. They get this kid on his heels. This is not the Lions, dog. You can't get down, 20 points, 17 points to the Chiefs. This ain't the damn Lions.
I'm not going to be surprised by either team winning. It's the Super Bowl. They're there for a reason. I'll be rooting for the 49ers. I think
just for some new blood?
Honestly, I think it's, Kansas City, are they favorites going into it?
No, I think they're dogs. 2.5.
Yeah.
I think they're a 2.5-point dog, which is amazing. They beat the Bills on the road and the Ravens on the road to get there, and they're a dog to a team with a second-year quarterback. I mean, where they see that, I don't get it. But
it was all year.
They
struggled a lot.
There's no way for the Lions to pull this out, right?
No. All right, Jack.
I was rooting for the Lions. Our buddy Dan Stone, diehard Lions fan all his life.
I get to rag him tonight.
Man, I feel bad for the guy.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So, Froggers football forecast. We want to thank our friends at Froggers. You can check them out. The big game will be there with those 58-cent beer specials and wing specials. Prizes at all 4 locations. Find the one near you. They are hopping with food and fun. More info at Froggers.com. And on Thursday, we'll eat some Froggers food, and we will find something else to gamble on this upcoming weekend.
That's absolutely right. All right, thanks, guys. We appreciate that. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got a fresh keyword for you in just about 6 minutes. Plus, we'll do What'd You Do That's New on the other side. We'll go over what Deb chose for us and find out what Jack has for us coming up for next week. We'll do that right after this on The Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Looking at your normal afternoon delays on I-4 as you travel throughout the Orlando area today between the Beach Line and 535, as well as through downtown Orlando. Traffic up to speed so far in both directions on Florida's Turnpike. No slowdowns or delays at this time on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union is growing and is proud to open their 20th Central Florida branch in Altamont Springs. They are now open and ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Welcome to a better way to bank. Visit ViStarCU.org/Altamont Springs or come visit at 151 North State Road 434. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you ready to run for the Cherubs? Okay, walkers are also welcome for the 3rd annual Run for the Cherubs 5K and Walk, Saturday, February 3rd at Lakefront Park in St. Cloud. Their mission is to share their stories with others near and far who have experienced the loss of a child at any age, letting families know they don't have to face this alone, with the goal of coming together as a community to raise funds for the Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies, and to let those at any stage of their journey know they are not alone. Head to realradio.fm/events for more details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Explore bizarre tales in the Very Special Episodes podcast hosted by Dana Schwartz and friends. Every Wednesday, they'll tackle a new stranger-than-fiction story, like NASA agents cracking down on a black market moon rock trade, a poison Titanic cast, and Mark Twain's pivotal bar fight. New from iHeart Podcasts.
That is every single one of these episodes. It is the fodder for you to say, I heard the craziest story on this podcast.
Listen to Very Special Episodes on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. All right, Jimmy, our Army veteran, for $400. Are you ready to answer the next question?
Actually, I'm good.
Huh?
Well, I already earn and save $473 a year on average with Navy Federal Credit Union. So, yeah.
All members of the armed forces, all veterans, and their families can earn and save more every year with a Navy Federal membership. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Dollar value based on the 2022 Navy Federal Member Giveback Study.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice. Watch the roulette wheel spin and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. Align Bloating Relief plus Food Digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus Food Digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Get $5 off at alignprobiotics.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.com.
This hour of Real Radio is sponsored by Twin Peaks, now open in Daytona.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. MONEY. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Hop on a scooter, go over to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance at $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone near you, turn it on, and answer the damn thing. Because that's how they tell you you've won. So if you see a number you don't recognize, got to pick it up.
Take that chance.
Could be that annoying-ass brother-in-law looking for another $20, or it could be $1,000 from our company. Do it. Money is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Yep.
And Ross.
It's true.
Let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. Hey!
we own a new, something new to do. We're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call Glenn Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we go around the room. We choose a member of the show. They will give us something to watch, read, or listen to, usually under an hour. We'll do that. We'll reconvene the following Tuesday, discuss that, and then hopefully you've watched, read, or listened to it as well. And then we'll move on to the next choice. It is Deb's turn this week, and then we'll find out what Jack has to offer here in just a few minutes. Deborah?
Yeah, I picked a 7-minute and 33-second video of the Fort Sumter an animated battle map. It just basically takes you through the first shots fired of the Civil War in 1861, when the U.S. flag flew over Fort Sumter and then 2 days later was taken down and then 4 years later was put back up.
Right. And this was inspired by your trip to Charleston last week.
Exactly, which I, realized Charleston, Savannah, St. Augustine, all of our history is really more intertwined than I think we all really give it credit for.
Yeah.
And learning just, the first shots of the Civil War were fired right there in Charleston Harbor.
I have to tell you, I love learning. That's one of my favorite things in the world. And I love, I love learning something new about something I already thought I knew about. Of course, I think most people in your, 8th grade, 7th grade social studies classes or civics classes or U.S. history class, you'll start learning about what happened with the Civil War, all the eccentricities of said war. And of course, we all know the first shots fired on Sumter are what caused it. But what you did not realize is how many freaking shots the damn thing took.
I know.
Holy ass. There were 7 major artillery batteries firing at this thing for perpetually until they gave up. It was bananas. I did not know. I think most everybody I know that thinks about U.S. history is they think somebody on an island fired a cannon. It's like, oh, let's go. Boom, there's one. Man, it was not. It was a rain, an onslaught.
It was over 40,000. And what's really interesting was to learn how quickly do you think cannonballier, I think is how you say, the guys who would shoot the cannonballs, how quickly could they fire a shot?
And then reload it and fire another one?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
how much time do you think they needed to get that done?
You would think because the balls are heavy, you got to pack it in there, you got to put the wadding in there. You would think it would take them another, they could fire one maybe once every 10 minutes or so.
Once a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, they were so prolific that they could fire a cannon and get it stacked and ready to go in less than a minute later.
And there were seven
Yeah.
forts with multiple cannons doing that perpetually for what, days?
Yeah, days.
Until they gave up and finally bailed.
And, you think of a cannon as being the same size, but it turns out that there were the 10-ball cannons, there was the 100-pound cannonballs.
Right.
So it's a fascinating little slice of history. And if you ever go to Fort Sumter, I suggest watching this documentary first because you're going to see structures on the island that just simply don't exist anymore because of that onslaught that it took.
What'd you guys think?
It was great. I'll be honest with you. First of all, the information is great. What you guys are talking about right now is fascinating. But every time we get suggested a YouTube video, I'll be honest with you, I always look at it with one set of eyes of audience, I'm learning stuff. And the other set of my eyes is going damn,
producer.
Dude, this took a lot of editing. How in the hell did he keyframe out of that? How did he do that? And also, talk about production and editing, just the video itself. How great of a narrator was that?
Wonderful.
He was great.
Jack, the whole thing was wonderful.
Listen how...
And elsewhere, the slave labor of the agricultural South was the fuel that drove the region's economy.
Yeah, Daddy. That's what I want.
Right.
That's what I want out of a narrator right there. I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was interesting, but what really jumped out to me was man, this YouTube video looks like it's from the History Channel.
I want that guy to record my safe word.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So I can just play it off my phone for my wife. So,
but
even though she wants to feel safe, she also wants to feel naughty.
Corn on the cob.
I was also saying to Jimmy how interesting it is to see the young men and women walking around Charleston, South Carolina, wearing their, beautiful Citadel military academy uniforms, and then I come home and I watch this little piece and I'm like, yeah, the Citadel had quite a history when it came to the Civil War. Firing on a supply ship, actually.
For
so
sure.
It's interesting.
What'd you think, Jack?
I enjoyed it. I love history stuff more. I wish I loved history and documentaries as much as I now in high school as much as I do now.
Yeah, me too.
I probably could have done a little better in those classes. However, fascinating stuff. Well, they pointed out in the beginning. They talked about you have Fort Sumter, then you have the forts that were around it, or the installations that were staffed with federal officers, Union officers.
Pinckney and Moultrie.
Right. So in Castle Pinckney, they said it was a guy and his daughter.
Yeah, I was like, what?
What happened to them?
I don't know.
What I was like,
a widowed lieutenant and his teenage daughter were the last two on that garrison. Were the only ones at Castle Pinckney.
Because I think Moultrie, they got the troops all over to Fort Sumter, and so I don't know if they also made it to Fort Sumter.
I was wondering the same thing. It's like, what happened to those federal agents that were there? Because once the feds moved into Fort Sumter and aggravated everyone, then was it the Charleston militia, the South Carolina militia came in and retook all of those batteries?
It was kind of cool, though, when he finally said, all right, we're going to surrender it, but then they all got out.
I know.
They escaped.
And
so I don't know if they allowed them to escape or they just snuck out.
Well, what's interesting is I watched several videos to try and find the one that I thought would be best. And one of the things I learned was that Beauregard, right, who was sent to demand that Anderson surrender, had been his administrative assistant or something like that at West Point. Yeah. He was such a good military person that Anderson kept Beauregard on, not knowing that in just a few short time they would be standing on opposite ends of history.
Be adversaries, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Whatever happened to that name?
What's that?
Bring back Beauregard.
I love those old Southern names.
Beauregard.
Yeah, that's exactly how you
right
say
up there
it,
with
too.
Belvedere, too.
Yeah,
Belvedere, come here, boy.
Apple bottle.
Magnolia.
Maple syrup.
Magnolia.
Well, the traitors won that battle, but they didn't win the war.
They did not. But I think one of the most sealing things was the final shot of this Fort Sumter. Like, you see it in its regalia. You see it in the beginning, and then you look at it afterwards. You're like, oh, that's the Osteen dump.
Right, exactly.
Like, I've seen that before. That's the Osteen dump. I drive by it all the time on the way to the beach. It's right there. It looked like just a giant pile of rubble with a door.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And what remains of Fort Sumter, you might see the marble fireplace mantle of, some of the officers' homes, but like all of those brick buildings, because at one point Fort Sumter could house up to 600 people. When you go there now, you're like, where in the hell would you keep 600 people?
It's like when you go to the Alamo and you look at it like, what? This thing?
Yeah, see,
it's really not that big. And
I've never seen that. No,
it's
it's
crazy,
such a storied piece of American history.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
The name of the YouTube channel is American Battlefield Trust.
Yeah.
And all of their content is flawlessly edited.
Wow, and you like that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 7 minutes and 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. It's on the master list at jimcolbertlive.com. What'd you do that's new? Just click there. You'll see it right there. Just click right through, and you can experience what we did with that wonderful little offering. Great job.
Thank you.
A lot of fun.
If you ever get to go to Charleston, support our national parks and go see Fort Sumter.
Absolutely. Jack, what do you have for us, buddy?
It is. I've been going through a lot of things. I thought a lot of things that would just make Jimmy mad.
I know.
I love how you've weaponized this.
A lot that would, I think, oh, that's really cool, but that's way over the time. I did find something. It is an hour and 4 minutes long, but
Nope.
I think you're going to love it.
Boycott.
I think you're going to love it.
What it is.
Then I invite you to turn off the last 4 minutes if you can, if you dare.
Oh.
It is called
Shots Fired.
Unknown Cosmic Time Machine.
Unknown Cosmic Time Machine.
Unknown Cosmic Time Machine.
All right.
Not cause MCs.
Okay, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
On Netflix. And it is about the James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh, is it really?
So you're going to see the images. You're going to see them talking about the challenges of what they had to go through and all the singular critical failure points that they had to overcome, and the images and what that
Did
means.
you see the new one with the spiral galaxy? It just came out this morning, I think.
No.
Oh, God. It's so amazing.
And it's amazing.
I mean, it's so amazing. You're looking back in time. Like,
exactly.
It's insane.
And like Jack said, there was those 4 sheets of gold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, paper or whatever that are
Just
as thin as
foil
the human
almost, right?
hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Human hair that they had to unfurl. One side you could literally boil water, and on the other side it would, literally
It's freezing
freeze.
cold, right?
And we're nowhere near able to fix anything that goes wrong. So everything had to go exactly to plan for this thing to work.
And there's debris flying through because they've already had didn't they already have a pinhole put in one of the foil parts as well?
Really?
Yeah, they have to worry about that as well, as that thing's out there floating around as a big kite, basically. If there's any space debris, it can go right through the damn thing. I thought they already had a couple piercings. They kind of expect it. It doesn't really affect the overall accuracy of the machine, but it still is fascinating.
I wouldn't have expected that. Space. What's flying out there?
Are you kidding? We are launching those low Earth internet, those satellites.
Yeah, but this is orbiting the sun.
Yeah, well, this is far beyond.
It's an old crescent wrench from the Voyager.
Right? So it's orbiting the sun, right?
Yeah. What?
Isn't the James Webb Telescope orbiting the sun?
I think I'm not 100. I just know it's in orbit. I think it.
Yeah, I think
it's not an Earth.
No. It's
Hubble's
just
around Earth.
It's just I don't think Hubble's just around Earth, though, is it? I think it's just in a space orbit, an elliptical space orbit.
Around what?
So it's the gravitational pull that keeps it in orbit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's got to be over something. So Hubble would be, I guess, Earth. Yeah,
Hubble's around Earth. I'm like 95% sure that this thing's around the sun, or it's
not in orbit around the Earth like the Hubble Space Telescope. It actually orbits the sun 1.5 million kilometers.
Okay, so it is the sun.
Yeah, so this documentary goes from the inception, to launch, and you're going to see, all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting anything to hit that thing. What's hitting that thing that's flying around the sun?
It's the same stuff that hits the Star Wars machines.
Yeah, rocks. Space rocks.
Space rocks.
Oh, space pebbles?
Yeah.
Space roids?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Don't forget there's a Tesla floating around out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how that guy's doing.
Oh, wouldn't it be terrible?
He's a little chilly.
Yeah,
sorry, the web was destroyed by a David Bowie cassette.
See, it's not litter if it's in space. It's a commercial.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAESNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Klossman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klossman Law, KlossmanLaw.com.
Looking at your normal afternoon delays on I-4 as you travel throughout the Orlando area today between the Beach Line and 535, as well as through downtown Orlando. Traffic up to speed so far in both directions on Florida's Turnpike. No slowdowns or delays at this time on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Visit new and exciting places across the U.S. on Amtrak. It isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey. Without busy airports or cramped car rides, with no middle seats, extra legroom, and first-class private rooms. New adventures are just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
Man, everybody knows glasses and contact lenses suck. They're a big hassle, just one more thing to deal with in your already busy day. And if you have an active lifestyle, it's even worse. Constantly putting in and out contacts, losing glasses at $300 or $400, $500 a pair. That is one of the main reasons you should visit the Filatowski Eye Institute and think about getting Smile LASIK. This is the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, minimally invasive, fast recovery times. Most people actually back to work or play the very next day. Those are the experiences my father-in-law had and my son. My son did this at only 18 years old. My father-in-law waited a little too long. He probably should have done this 10 years earlier because his experience was overwhelming. Like, he could not believe the change in his lifestyle. You can have that same exact experience. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your appointment today. Enjoy your life to the absolute fullest. You can do that with great vision. Payment, they got that covered as well. 24-month interest-free financing is available. Just text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, FLJobsNow.com for more info.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with her jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
A massive data leak, being called the mother of all breaches, has been announced. Billions upon billions of records with sensitive data from previous breaches, newly stolen data, and privately sold databases have been exposed. Cybercriminals can use this information to commit identity theft. Help protect yourself and join the millions who trust LifeLock. LifeLock detects identity threats and alerts you if your information is being used. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Save up to 25% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
Explore bizarre tales in the Very Special Episodes podcast hosted by Dana Schwartz and friends. Every Wednesday, they'll tackle a new stranger-than-fiction story, like NASA agents cracking down on a black market moonrock trade, a poison Titanic cast, and Mark Twain's pivotal bar fight. New from iHeart Podcasts.
That is every single one of these episodes. It is the fodder for you to say, I heard the craziest story on this podcast.
Listen to Very Special Episodes on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
My name is Chris Moody, host of the new podcast, Finding Matt Drudge. I'll be taking you on a journey to find the mysterious media mogul Matt Drudge, founder of The Drudge Report. Along the way, I'll talk to people who have worked with him, dined with him, and fought with him, taking listeners into private conversations, all in an attempt to get a better understanding of who Drudge is and what motivates him. Hopefully, he'll even sit down with us. Listen to Finding Matt Drudge on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
CIA Colbert crew. Jimmy, look up on YouTube the behavior panel. It's 4 ex-FBI agents, Army interrogation specialists, and other stuff like that. Almost cursed. But they break down courtroom dramas. It's absolutely fascinating. Look it up!
That sounds fun, dude. Thanks for that heads up. That's kind of cool.
Very.
That's why I was talking to Ray. I don't know if this get on the air or not. I was talking to Ray Trinley about what shows are more accurate when it goes. Is that on the air? I can't remember. When we were talking to him Monday or yesterday, did we talk about the shows that are the most accurate on the air?
Yes.
Yeah. I can never remember off the air, on the air, because we talk about so much stuff.
Well, you should, because what's off air is usually not very appropriate for on air.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Money, MONEY. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Just go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000.
Yes, I have done my training, if you ask.
Okay,
yeah,
good. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
That's got to be easy to figure out, though.
Which is what, bub?
When you're on air or off air, it's just think about the conversations that you're cursing. Because you drop some. You've been known to.
Yeah, I do curse a lot, but it's weird when, I don't curse on the air very often, and we have Ray and I talk about all kinds of stuff. I can just never remember what makes it on the air and what doesn't sometimes, because we talk about, from the minute we go to break, I'm talking to him about all kinds of crazy
stuff. If
stuff.
you're looking at a 30-minute conversation and 6 of it is not on the air, it's hard to remember exactly when the mics were on and when they were off.
And also, I would have decided whether or not I wanted to talk about that on the air with him. We have him for just a few minutes. Would I want to waste time talking about something like that? And apparently I chose to.
And then if you did, you may talk to him off the air and say, hey, let's talk about this on the air.
Sure. It happens all the time.
And then you tell it, and then it's like, wow, deja vu.
Did I say that on the air?
Oh, Jack. Oh, so bad. Anyway, so yesterday I mentioned this. We never got to it, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit today. I've only had one experience with one of these places, but there's kind of an American... I think, for years it was like, this is an iconic American brand. There's no question. This is an iconic American brand. And I would say probably 30 or 40 years ago, this would have been like they're still kind of a player, but they were like a major player when it comes to transportation. And what the story is
Chevy.
That they're kind of going away.
Horses.
And although this is happening, it is kind of weird why.
Greyhound buses.
Greyhound buses is the answer.
No way, they're going away.
They aren't going away.
Wait for the special ending.
They aren't going away, but the bus stations are. And it's really odd because, oddly enough, when you read the context of this story, this is an NPR story, talking about Greyhound stations were once a really big part of this country, right?
Yeah.
Before flight and before you could afford flight,
or before you had an Uber or a Lyft
or a car for full time, you hopped on a bus and you went to where you were going to go, and you knew it was going to take you a day or more to get there. Whatever.
Nothing like the Greyhound heading back to good old Menominee, Wisconsin.
But the thing, exactly. But the thing they were saying, Deborah, is you'll stop at these stations. And let's say you're making that trip from Florida to Wisconsin. There are some iconic stations that you would stop at that they would drop you off. That bus would go on another route, and then you would get to stay at the station. But you could be there for 6, 7, 8, 10 hours waiting for your connecting bus to come by to pick you up and take you to your final destination. And in the context of that, these Greyhound stations kind of became not second homes by any means, but they had restaurants and arcades and lounges where you could go and read.
It's like a terminal at the airport.
And a cup of coffee, and it became kind of an American icon. Well, a company bought up a bunch of these, and they're blowing them out. And one of the reasons why is interesting. Why do you think it is?
Crime.
Pee smells.
Homeless. Yeah.
Sex work.
None of those is positive. How about that? Like, we can't think of one positive thing to this company was like iconic to getting America to learn. And
the question is why did they shut it down?
Why are they getting rid of the bus stations?
I'm not going to say anything positive.
They bought 3 dozen of them, and they're shutting them down. But the reason why is this. Where are bus stations usually?
Downtown.
And what does downtown property look like?
A lot of money.
That's right. So what's happening is this company comes in, they're buying these Greyhound bus stations because of where they are. And where they are, I mean, where's the one downtown Orlando?
Yeah.
I mean,
premium real
you
estate.
can't get
Yeah.
more premium than the bus station downtown Orlando for Greyhound. Now, they have another one, the one that's out over in Pine Hills, that's off of John Young, I believe.
Yep.
That's another major one, but that's kind of over in an area of town that isn't so savory. Not saying the downtown is, but that property there is
worth a whole lot more.
Worth a whole bunch of money.
And it looks cool. I
Right.
like our downtown bus station. I like the little wavy blue things going on.
Yeah, it
It's,
looks cool.
it's the nicest one I've ever seen. It's not even close.
You ever been inside it?
No, I never have.
Oh.
Have you?
Nope.
Now-
I rode past it on the Sunrail. My Sunrail trip downtown. I think we went through it. I don't
Yeah.
even know.
I've never taken a Greyhound bus as a mode of transportation, but I tell you what did happen to us one time.
I sure have.
Yeah, we had a friend, I say it was actually a former family member, who was in from the Panhandle. She was hanging out with us for this weekend, or this week or whatever, and she decided this is a free spirit kind of gal. Now, she got here on a bus because we picked her up at the bus station, right? And I remember picking up her in the middle of the day. I'm like, oh, what's everybody talking about it? This isn't bad. It's 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. This isn't bad. What's wrong? Everybody kind of freaks out about the bus station. What could be bad? Well, she decided at this one point, I guess she had an argument with her boyfriend and had to get back home to him.
It happens.
So she needed to go to the bus station, and she found out the only bus available leaving that night headed that way, loaded at 1:27 a.m.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you about the change of the bus station around 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's when you need Batman.
It is a different machine altogether. As a matter of fact, when we pulled up, she had her bag, cute girl, small, 5'5", 130 pounds, kind of naive, bit of a hippie. And I pulled up to that bus station, and it did not look safe. I'll just be honest with you. It did not look safe. A lot of people just wandering around, loitering.
Yeah.
Looked like that one part of Philly everybody talks about all the time.
Oh.
And she said, okay, I'll see you later. And I looked at her, I said, are you 100% sure you want to do this? Are you 100? Like, I would feel unbelievably guilty if I allowed you to get out of this vehicle and something terrible happened to you. And I got to tell you, it looks like a coin flip shot that's coming.
So she did have a Batman.
So awesome. You stayed.
No, I did not. I dumped her right off there and got back home and got to bed.
So she had a Joker.
And she made it all home and everything was fine. And you used to ride it all. Now, where did
Not
you?
all the time, but if I couldn't get a ride back home, or if I needed to get back to school and my parents weren't able to make the 5-hour drive, then on the Greyhound bus I went, and it would take a good sweet 8 to 12 hours traveling, from Green Bay over to Menominee.
Yeah, that's usually a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
They have to go 5 counties over. Yeah, the reason I bring this
Stop at every little town.
And I don't know about you guys, Jack, man, I have no idea, but man, I remember that when we used to, I believe this is the case, when we used to take my grandfather to Gainesville to go for his, what's the kidney thing? Dialysis, right? We had time down. And my grandmother loved the restaurant that was in the Greyhound bus station. It was like a diner, right? But it was dirt cheap. You could get like a sandwich, like a grilled cheese sandwich or something for like $1. You could get like a pancakes and bacon for like $1.50 or $2. And I remember we would go to this Greyhound bus station and eat because they had a diner.
Well, Jack, take it.
Yeah, Texter's pointing out the downtown. It's a Lynx bus station, not Greyhound.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it's different there.
Woohoo!
Growing up, it was Red and Tan was the bus company, but it was very common. Not only if you wanted to go into New York City from North Jersey, you take the bus in. It was the most cost efficient way to go. It wasn't looked down on, and many people, including my stepdad, would commute by taking the bus into the city. You work in the city, take the bus home.
That's exactly what I experienced when I went up there last time. Stayed in Jersey, took the bus in, and they talk about a bus leaving from the authority there, the Port Authority there, going all the way down to Virginia, and how, although that's not that far of a drive, it's 22 hours on a Greyhound. Put this on the question of the day, Jack. How many people have ridden or used a Greyhound bus for long-term travel? For a trip, maybe, what's long-term? Like a trip over 150 miles?
I would just
200
say
miles?
Interstate, right?
Interstate trip?
Yeah.
An hour, or not an hour, because every bus ride's an hour.
And you'd remember back in the day, and when they talk about this in the context of the nostalgia aspect of this story, back in the day, the buses really weren't looked down on. Like if you took a bus to travel, it wasn't like a thing like, oh, you took a bus?
Well,
you
yeah.
didn't fly? You didn't drive or whatever? Or took a train? It was just like a normal thing. You hopped on the bus and you went where you had to go. Have you ever ridden on one, like long distance?
No.
Yeah, I've never been on that. I've been on a bus that went long distance. It wasn't a Greyhound, though. It was a chartered bus.
Have you ever taken a Greyhound bus trip out of state?
Yeah. I would say over a few hundred miles. In other words, we're going to be on that thing a few hours. And they're saying
out of state.
And they're saying that's fine. And the other thing they say about this is like, I have never been on one of these, but of course, I believe that with the movies, you watch and it looks like the most grimy thing ever. You climb on the bus, it's like the aisles of people don't look again. It's like, oh my God, where do these people come from? What are they going? Where are they going? But now the buses have like Wi-Fi. They have power strips, so you always have power, onboard bathroom, and they're supposed to be pretty comfortable.
Somebody just texted us at 77031. I am a retired Army paratrooper and a former cop. I rode a Greyhound bus from Orlando to Phoenix, Arizona, and I believe I saw every felony committed at least once.
On the bus?
On the bus.
Yeah, but they're saying for people who earn under $40,000
a
year, for people who still travel. This one woman they talked to this day, she travels back and forth from, I think, it's Charlotte, North Carolina to, I want to say Missouri, somewhere in Missouri, for her son's birthday and for Christmas. Every year, she's taken the bus for like 15, 20 years to go visit her son, and that's how she goes. She doesn't own a car, doesn't want to fly, can't afford to fly. It's still a reasonable way to get there. You just have to have time and patience.
And lots of it.
And a gun.
It's pretty wild that buses have pulled that big of a U-turn because, if you think about mid-century bus stations, I think it's kind of like romantic. You're seeing your loved one off, maybe even like a little tissue getting waved out the window.
Like back in the day with the trains, when the girlfriend would run along the train as long as they could.
Yeah, when I think of 1950s mass transit, I think like, oh my God, that's so romantic.
Yeah, dude.
And now I think of it, I'm like, oh, that's tread marks.
Exactly.
You have tread marks.
Yeah, because you'd get on the bus, you'd have a suit, you'd have your hat, you'd have your suitcase.
Yeah,
and you're off for your adventure.
You would dress that way to fly.
Yeah.
Now people are wearing Uggs and Lululemons.
Yeah, but no one dresses like that kind of anyway.
Yeah.
A texter writes in, they said when they were 10 years old back in the 60s, their parents would put them on a bus from Illinois 300 miles away to go to Wisconsin, unattended.
Whoa.
Great fun, and it was safe back then.
Wow,
Can you imagine putting a 10-year-old on the bus?
Hell no.
300 miles?
Look, my kid took a train to go up to Seattle, wherever it was, when she moved up there, and to put her on a damn train for a couple days, it was inconceivable. I just sat there, I was like, what are you doing? She's like, Dad's laughing. She's not going to be on this thing for like a day and a half.
Yeah, that didn't sit well.
Papa
Bear was like, no.
Congratulations, you raised some independent children.
Yeah, they don't even care, dude. That one does not care about anything. She will go anywhere. I'll sleep in an old garbage bag. It's fine. She doesn't have that.
I took a plane when I was a kid, and that was like super freaky deaky for me.
Yeah, I got put on a plane by myself when I was only 11 years old.
Yeah,
Same here. Myself and my brother. I was 9.
Yeah, me and my sister, I had to kind of tend to her.
I'm still kind of surprised that my mom pulled the trigger on that. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would put my child on a 10-year-old. I had to have been 12.
Yeah,
we flew internationally by ourselves.
Yeah, I would not do
Damn,
that.
did you really fly back to?
But that was back in the day when airlines would actually, and when they had their representative meet you at the gate, they were right there at the gate. They checked you, and then they would walk you down to your next gate and make sure you got on the right flight. So none of this, you're expecting to end up in Peoria, and instead you're in Puerto Rico, which just happened this last Christmas season.
Then you get home alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I don't think I could. I mean, we took our kids on a cruise, and we bought walkie-talkies to be able to get a hold of them on the cruise when they were just like right there. I mean, we still had to be able to get them.
So cute.
Yeah, it's adorable, isn't it?
That's so adorable.
Yeah.
That's real stick family on the back windshield of you.
And then we had all... And then we all had handles. I'm like, breaker 29, where's C-Money 535?
It was one of the coolest things about being on a cruise ship, that independence that your smaller kids, you would be somewhat feel good about. All right, go out, have fun.
Do you know what those ass
go in the
wipes...
teen lounge.
Do you know what those ass wipes did? We took our kids on a cruise.
I was going to say, are these ass wipes you're speaking of your children?
They're my children, yeah. We took them on a cruise, all of them, grateful sons of bitches. Anyway, we took them on this cruise, right? And we're having a blast because my kids are freaking awesome people, right? So we're having a good time. And even when they were younger, they were just, they were 4 points on the compass. Every one of them polar opposite from the next, right? But they all have this entrepreneurial thing that we had because they always watched us hustling as kids that were growing up. So they always had this thing to make a buck here and there, right? Where do you think we find them after not being able to contact them for about an hour?
The casino.
No.
Oh, no. They were selling the free ice cream.
No, it's better. It's better. We were walking through the Grand Atrium, and as we're looking at the big glass elevator in the front of the Carnival Glory, I think we were on, there's a big glass elevator at the front of the atrium. They want it to be a real big show. It's part of the big staircase that they always have to come down. And there are my 4 kids sitting on the ground charging people a quarter to use the elevator. They were charging a toll to use the elevator. I cried out of pride. I was so happy.
How much did they make?
I don't know. I shook them down for half of it, though. I know that. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Here is your midday weather update from Fox 35. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner, and we've got a pretty decent afternoon on the way with bright sunshine, low humidity, and a breeze which won't be nearly as busy. So as long as you're standing in the sun, it's going to feel pretty good. High temperature in Orlando today, 68 degrees. For tomorrow, up to 70 degrees, a little bit windier, but not bad. And looking ahead to this weekend, dry through Saturday and pleasant, but then Sunday, expect rain. Your plans could be soaked outside. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. No one does spring travel like Amtrak. That's because now more kids ages 2 to 12 ride for 50% off. So not only will you travel comfortably, you'll save too. Book now at Amtrak.com.
Hey, everybody.
Restrictions apply.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Just one visit to these guys showed me how important it was for you to take care of yourself. Look, I'm 56 or 7 years old, I believe, and at this age, you get those little creaks, those little aches or pains. Well, man, you can't ignore those at this point in your life. You got to pay attention to all of that, and with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, you can do that. When I got my scan, found out my heart's perfectly fine, no plaque, no nothing, but there were kidney issues and some prostate issues that we have to take care of. And the good thing is I took that information immediately to my primary care doctor, and we started building a plan of appointments to make sure that none of those things sneak up on me later in life. And that's exactly what you have to do. With Life Imaging FLA, this free heart scan is the joint. No way to ignore it. Awesome. And by the way, it only requires a few minimum requirements, but it is a $699 value. No dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This only takes a few minutes. Do not wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. That is literally all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast, NFL Now, and many more. Search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a few minutes left for your 4 o'clock keyword, which is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. We'll have a fresh one for you at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. You know what's funny is, we hear about brands doing things to, expand their brand. You could have the hottest thing in the world, but because shelf life for stuff is so fast these days, because social media burns it out. Where back in the day, it would slow burn, it would become really hot, it'd last for a while, then you get the slow burn down. Now you'll get trends, it'll burn hot, and then you'll never hear from that stuff again. Stanley Cups is having a moment right now with social media, right? Would you agree that could have never happened outside of social media? Not at that speed, right?
I guess, not at that speed.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody, no broadcast television or no broadcast radio is going to automatically just start throwing Stanley stuff up for free so it'll be trendy. Social media is able to do that. Doesn't cost Stanley anything at first. And then, it becomes a thing and everybody wants a Stanley Cup at $70 a piece. There are other companies that do this as well. Starbucks just did, McDonald's just did this with Cosmics, right?
Yeah.
All right, so they broke off from there. They're like, wow, Dunkin' and Starbucks have a massive footprint in here, and we serve coffee and breakfast. We're getting killed, and we should not be getting killed. they retooled this thing, made a little coffee spot that serves some other stuff, and it's destroying, and it will. You'll be seeing that rolled out across the nation soon because McDonald's is not going to pause on the ability to make money and get more real estate and brand recognition under their belt. Starbucks is doing that now. They're launching some brand new beverages. And is it Howard Schultz? Howard Schultzman or Schultz is the CEO. Schultz, right? Is
Yes.
the CEO or former CEO.
He was, yeah.
Of Starbucks. And him, along with some of the other people who are the higher-ups and brand managers for Starbucks, say that these are the two most exciting products they've rolled out in years. Now, I'm going to give you a guess what makes these so special. Starbucks is making a thing where they take it's oat milk, right? And they whip it up, and they infuse it with something.
Oat milk, cinnamon.
Collagen.
They do not infuse it with collagen. I will tell you right now, no question, everybody on the show has this in their home.
Nutmeg.
Not a bad
Cocaine.
guess, though.
Not cocaine.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Marijuana.
Not marijuana. It's legal, and it's very common. But because the CEO of Starbucks started doing this, the former CEO started consuming this. He says it's changed his life.
CBD.
It's CBD is a good guess. Kava, moss, algae.
Not moss, not
baby
algae.
aspirin. Baby aspirin.
Not
Baby aspirin.
aspirin. They're reversing that, Jack. No more baby aspirin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seaweed.
Not seaweed. Do you have any of this in your house?
Mag Champa.
This has to be in your house.
I have a lot of Nag Champa, by the way, if you ever need any. I do.
It's not that. But this
Sage.
is a very common cooking product.
Black pepper.
Vanilla extract.
No.
Garlic.
Sea salt.
No. God, you guys.
Paprika.
Cinnamon.
The other drink they're going to do that has this in it, that is infused with this, is going to be a thing called a toffee nut shaken espresso. And then this will be part of that.
Salt.
It's not Nutella.
What goes good with oat milk?
It's a liquid.
I wouldn't know, Ross. I won't touch that.
Vegetable oil.
It's no.
Olive oil.
Olive oil is the answer.
Knew it. Nailed it.
The lineup called
Good job, Jack.
The lineup is called Oleato. Oleato. It's launched in a few cities before slowly expanding to more. Its launch Tuesday across U.S. and Canada locations signifies that the chain is behind this. On the Oleato menu are two drinks, an oat milk latte infused with extra virgin olive oil. Or you can choose the new toffee nut iced shaken espresso with golden foam, which is vanilla sweet cream infused with extra virgin olive oil into a cold foam on top of your drink.
All right, I'll try it.
What do you think the big problem is with this so far?
The price, because you're always complaining about the price of olive oil.
Well, I don't know if it's the price.
I mean, you said you got a bottle of olive oil for Christmas that was like $40.
Yeah. By the way, you can just go buy it in the stores now, I believe, and you BOGO it, and you look at it and it goes, you save $21.99. And you look down, and it's the normal bottle of olive oil you've been buying for $11 all your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to say the reason why is because this guy, Howard Schultz, he had a partnership with this really high-quality olive oil maker. And the guy said, hey, look, you should be eating a teaspoon or so of olive oil every day of your life because it's very good for you. Because you should be doing this. What's the big problem they're having with this right now, according to social media?
Quality olive oil?
No, that's not the answer.
I have
Consumers
no idea.
are eating this and using this, and they said there's only one drawback they can find so far.
Oh, calories.
No.
Taste.
No.
It's not cost.
Oh. Gassy?
Yeah.
No, it's a laxative, dude. They're saying if you go to Starbucks 3 or 4 times a week, you're consuming 4, 5, 6 tablespoons of olive oil as you drink these damn olive oil drinks. It's going to have a laxative effect, right?
Really? Sign me up. I want to be first in line. That's one of the reasons why I drink coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I want to have a small exorcism at 9 in the morning.
Is that a real thing with olive oil?
I did not know. Well, wouldn't it be kind of like a castor oil? Any kind of oil up your system?
I mean, it's a thing with coffee, right? We can all agree there.
That's a natural diuretic for sure.
And that one too.
It says
the last thing you want to, from the movie Grumpier Old Men, don't trust a fart.
Yeah, you're right. Don't do that for sure.
Diuretic means it makes you pee, right?
So what's the one that makes you have a bowel movement?
I think
laxative.
diuretic means
laxative
both.
effect.
Don't let the diarrhea part of it fool you.
You know?
That's for urinary.
All right. Well, so it's a natural laxative then?
I guess so, yeah. I never knew that.
It's like
It says,
cocaine.
some customers say it's making them have to run to the bathroom with social media buzz and complaints. During an analyst call last year, a gentleman described the beverage launch as highly successful, calling it one of the top 5 product launches in the last 5 years in terms of brand awareness and excitement.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have to bring Grimace back.
I was like, when I was looking at that, I was like, wow, olive oil. But you know what? If you get good quality olive oil, it's good on damn near anything.
My wife says that, and she does it, and she eats it, all that good stuff. But I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you should buy it. Yeah.
Actually, literally, I am buying it. But I'm not eating it.
Why not? That's becoming such a pet peeve.
Why?
Oh, I don't like that. I'm never going to do that. Never tries it.
You know what? I thought about trying it.
Well, you like bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a loaf of crusty bread
with
and have
that Italian butter.
Yeah, put some spices in there.
I dipped it in bread, so I have eaten it.
God
But
almighty,
my
you are
wife-
such an old crab.
My wife will just like take a spoon or just like throw it on like whatever she's eating. She'll just add that on top of it. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Like a condiment? Like
Yeah,
the Italians been doing that for eons, dude. Just take a bottle, just drizzle olive oil.
But she's not Italian.
Oh God.
How dare she?
That's appropriation.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Calling her out.
Get your olive oil drink. Get your
And
get
then
your
run for the border. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Get your toffee nut olive golden foam.
Yeah, here's a whole new reason not to wear white after Labor Day.
Oh,
And
man,
another reason they won't let non-customers use their bathrooms because they need them for their customers.
Oh, this is going to be a
man.
mess. Oh, spray zone. Get out of here.
Oh,
Come on. Come on.
Fire in the hole.
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031.
So Texter says diuretic is your urine, right?
Right.
But coffee is a stimulant. Stimulants make your intestines move faster.
Internet's telling me that it can be both a diuretic and a laxative.
There you go. Okay.
I know it's a laxative for me, and that's a 2 thumbs up pro. Where's the tip jar?
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice having a routine in the morning.
It is. No, there's nothing wrong with that. For sure. That's when mine happens. How about you? Are you on a schedule, you guys?
I hate when the animals mess with my schedule. Like, Jeter, I can't clean up your pee before the coffee.
How many times does that dog urinate in your house a day?
It depends on how often he gets out. But
what?
3, 4. He drinks, he pees right there.
You got rid of all the carpet, though, right? You have like hardwood now, right? Or tile?
It's porcelain tile for most of the house.
Yeah.
There's a couple places where it's carpet, and that's
his favorite spot.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
But that's why I rented the rug doctor a couple weeks ago and went through, did all the carpets.
Oh, and I bet it was absolutely, I bet that water was a tell.
It's gross, but it feels so good knowing you're getting rid of it.
And then
as you're pouring it down the toilet.
Right. And then you just thought how you're just wrestling with the kids and having fun on that carpet like 2 days before.
100%.
Smearing your face into what had to be 20 years of grime.
I'll do my yoga here.
When you clean your house that well, especially with a carpet cleaner, and then you walk in the next day and you're like, wow, this place smells great. And then my second thought is, I guess that's how I smelled for the last 5 years.
Right, exactly.
Is that what everybody else was walking into?
Right. Yeah.
Hey.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a new keyword for you in just a couple seconds. And a North Carolina school started taking the mirrors down in their bathrooms. And I'll tell you why next.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills
From the
Air.
Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at slowdowns in the usual spots this afternoon in the Orlando area between Osceola Parkway and 535, as well as between the Greenway and the 429. Delays reported through downtown today as well between Michigan Street and Robinson Street. No major delays at this time if you're taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
With the excitement of the pro football playoffs and the basketball season in full swing, Bet Online has you covered with all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and scores. You can access the world's best wagering information anytime. Head to Bet Online today to stay updated on all the action. Bet Online, where the game starts.
It's time to get pre-approved so you don't miss the party this summer at your new pool home. You know, rates have gone lower for 9 weeks in a row. Take advantage of that. That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years. Experience the mortgage broker difference like I did and save a bunch of cheddar. Government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average when you work with a mortgage broker rather than the banks. Let that mortgage guy, Don, make your dream home a reality just like he did for me. Find your peace of mind right at your fingertips at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch?
Let's see. A turkey sandwich, chips, and... oh, fresh from Florida strawberries.
I'll trade you for some string cheese.
Sure. Here's my sandwich and my chips.
No, I want the Florida strawberries.
Seriously? No way.
Can I throw in my juice box?
You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers?
Nope.
These earbuds?
Nope.
My backpack?
Nope.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Welcome back. All right, Jimmy, our Army veteran, for $400. Are you ready to answer the next question?
Actually, I'm good.
Huh?
Well, I already earn and save $473 a year on average with Navy Federal Credit Union. So, yeah.
All members of the armed forces, all veterans, and their families can earn and save more every year with a Navy Federal membership. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Dollar value based on the 2022 Navy Federal Member Giveback Study.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. Grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
In 1987, I was 12 years old, and my parents put me on a Greyhound bus when they were going through a divorce from Daytona Beach to Columbus, Ohio.
Oh.
That was a 27-hour drive. Stopped at every little podunk town in between here and Ohio. And I was miserable. It was cold. It was terrible. I did the worst experience of my life. But, made it through life. Have a good one.
27
Thanks,
hours.
buddy. Appreciate
Go
that.
Greyhound.
Yeah, all right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Grand is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. And Ross as well.
'Tis true.
All right. So, Big T thinks that Starbucks Spray Zone should be the title of the show today.
Well, it's competing. I like that one. And Big T, usually we'll name the show.
He likes to name it.
But that one is competing with Oceans Palatka.
Oh.
P-Town Oceans. All right, here we go. So North Carolina Middle School has taken the mirrors down in the bathrooms of their school. The Southern Alamance Middle School in Graham, North Carolina, has taken down the mirrors in the bathrooms for their students. Why do you think that is?
Does it have anything to do with social media?
It has everything to do with social media.
I thought it was because they had ugly-ass kids.
No. It's funny because I've never heard this before in regards to social media. Because here in Florida, we're just trying to make it, ban it completely so that if you're 16 years or younger, even with parental consent, you theoretically cannot have social media accounts. You can't sign up for one. You're not supposed to have one on your phone if you're under the age of 16.
Well, we do have several school districts that have banned cell phones from the classroom, this year, finally, for the first year.
And they actually quote that in the story as well, saying Florida has been one of the more progressive states when it comes to attacking specifically TikTok is what they mention here. They don't really mention Instagram or any of the other social media platforms. Pretty much TikTok because of the challenges, right? The TikTok challenges. Instagram doesn't really have that. Yeah. TikTok is almost kind of become one word. TikTok challenge, right? It's a thing. And it says...
And it's never anything good.
No.
Never anything good, right?
It's healthy. It's eating cinnamon.
Here's your TikTok challenge. Learn your multiplication tables.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that. So what they started noticing, and by the way, what do you think was happening in the bathrooms with the mirrors? Why do you think they pulled them out? Social media, I said.
Selfies? Bathroom
it's actually,
selfies?
It was more than that. They were using the bathroom mirrors to make movies, TikTok, clips, right?
Yeah.
But they were going to the bathroom like 9 times a day because they went through there and they said, like, how many people, in our school are on social media? It's like 95% of the students are using social media every day, and they were using the bathrooms as like their studios. They were going in there during the breaks and filming TikTok videos and sending them out while they're in school.
Hey, they're just learning how to be an influencer, Jimmy.
Right,
you can't
exactly.
say they're not looking for a career.
Back in the day, you smoked cigarettes in the bathroom.
Right.
And, both are as addicting.
And they said that since 2021, since the onset of TikTok, when it really became, a thing, a force here in America, actually globally, that's when it really started happening. And they even mention Florida, taking phones completely out of the schools.
Right.
They mentioned that as well. Apparently, they didn't want to do that. They said some students were going to the bathroom as many as 9 times a day, largely to make these videos. And since the mirrors were removed, the school has seen a quote-unquote drastic decrease in bathroom use. So they're not even asking to go in there now because the mirrors are gone. And the one thing that I don't know, and I was really kind of wanted to offer or ask Ross here, is why would that make a difference? What do the mirrors have to do with it? Is it just because they can record and like make it look cooler or whatever?
I'm sure that's an aspect of it. I would think, let me put myself in the mindset of a 17-year-old.
Oh, yeah, it's middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah, you're talking maybe 12 to 14.
I'm going to say it's because that front-facing cameras aren't as strong than the camera that's pointing in front of you, not the camera pointing at you. Those cameras tend to be a lot stronger than the camera facing your face. So that would be one reason I would think that they are using mirrors to make use of that camera. Also, that's a very expected and traditional and normalized place, believe it or not, for content to happen.
Is the bathroom?
Well, it's just the bathroom mirror. Mirrors in general. That's not the first and won't be the last time a mirror is used in social media content.
Yeah, the last 3 paragraphs of this were referring to Florida's ban on telephones in schools altogether. And they said that they did a study and found that the phones did have some benefits for their students. They didn't want to ban them completely, but they did want them to disengage while they're in school. And apparently taking the mirrors down is a good job. I would think maybe a little part of that as well is if you're going to make a video and you're in middle school and social media, you probably want to make sure you look okay, right?
Well, how about this?
You don't want to put a busted-ass picture of yourself up on.
It's also the only place where teachers won't yell at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like smoking cigarettes, man. You're trying to hide it. It was a joke, and now I'm kind of looking back on that. I'm like, actually, this might be the reason why is they're hiding it because you can't be. I'm assuming you can't just record TikToks and make content in the middle of your classroom without getting a teacher looking at you sideways.
Yeah, they are using some digital stuff though. They have a digital hall pass. It's also basically logging when each student goes to the bathroom and how often to make sure that they're not just taking advantage of the system. So they can't do that. And they said it's drastically decreased the use of the app on campus. They don't see as much use. They don't see kids using it as much. So
you said that they're logging bathroom times?
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. You look, how often do you go to the bathroom?
I mean,
once every 2 or 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so if you have a kid going to the bathroom 9 times a day.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's just a little odd knowing that children's bathroom routines would then get logged.
Yeah, I mean, look, they used to do it in school when I was in school.
Oh,
They had a ledger book, and every time you went to the bathroom, they would just put a little dot above that day or whatever. Jimmy got a pass to go to the bathroom here.
I don't remember that. I just remember asking to go to the bathroom.
Right, and they also, because some people, believe it or not, abuse the privilege.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah.
We used to abuse that, just go to the pencil sharpener. Because it was up in the front of the class. I would just, hey, can I sharpen my pencil? It was perfectly fine. I just want to get up and walk around and showcase this package to the ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Yeah, that's right. I'm turning that.
Go.
I would point my ass out and then look over my shoulder as I was sharpening my pencil.
Oh, somebody said they had no doors on their bathroom stalls in high school back in the 80s.
Ooh, gross.
They take all the doors off.
No, thanks. I knew kids that went to Evans High School before they built the new one. When I first moved to Orlando, I lived in Pine Hills. They would not go to the bathroom. They would check out of school and leave school instead of going to the bathroom. That's how violent and dangerous it was to go into the bathroom in Evans High School back in the mid 80s. Was your school violent?
No,
you didn't have any problems at your school. Naples, I guess not.
Yeah,
right?
Naples. I mean, here's the thing. I think
my school was.
I think every city has a violent day or
my ex-wife got stabbed on campus at Carver Middle School, dude.
Yeah.
Twice actually. Once with a pencil, once with a pair of scissors. Yeah, they found a burning body on that campus once.
I think every school has its worst day.
I shared my locker with a girl who kept a copy of the Satanic Bible and brass knuckles.
Wow.
This is when I went to high school.
Shared a locker.
Shared a locker.
Wow.
And this was.
But she only did that because she answered Deb's classified ad.
The lockers, the girls would fight. It was so bad after school with the girl fights that they kept the lockers in cages that they would unlock.
My God, where did you go to school?
This was San Diego.
Rikers?
San Diego when I went to Mira Mesa High School.
Damn, really?
So imagine I go from one building, 600 girls, all-girl Catholic school over Thanksgiving weekend, drive to California, enroll in Mira Mesa High School where there's 3,400 students, 52 outbuildings, 6 main buildings, lockers kept in cages.
That's bigger than a college campus.
It was culture shock.
Wow.
And the Bible and the brass knuckles made me make sure I got to my locker first and left before she ever got there.
Was your school bad, Jack? Did you have a lot of fights and stuff in school?
It was not.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
See, we didn't have that in P-Town either. Everybody kind of self-regulated where I was from.
I feel like every school had fights.
Yeah, they had
right?
some fights for sure. I mean, there's no question, but I mean,
They didn't keep your lockers in cages.
but it wasn't like every day, right? There wasn't like a school fight every day. Matter of fact, in my
No.
high school, it was a big deal if there was a fight.
Yeah, I would say like one a semester. I would say two times a year.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Not anymore.
I would give that to. I would say that would be my data in my high school experience. I tasted mace once because I was watching a fight,
Really?
and then a cop showed up and he was like, "Everyone's gonna taste this Big Red."
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but that's the thing about spray. It's an aerosol. It kind of goes everywhere.
Yeah. Man, the guys, these same kids that told me that they would just check out of school if they had to go to number 2. Like, they'd go in there and do one thing, but the other thing, they would just leave school.
Yeah.
And their parents weren't even the least bit uncool about it. They were like, no problem.
Yep.
Because they were just getting beat up for their lunch money and stolen and robbed like every other day when they would go in there. And back in that day, Evans was a nightmare. It was like a prison, man. And there would be fights every day, they said. Every day was a major fight. You would have to pick and choose which hallways you would go down to get to your class, or you would wait till class started to go down that hallway so there was nobody in the class. You would just take being late instead of getting your ass kicked.
Did you guys ever fight someone? I know you headbutted a dude at a go-kart track.
I know. I headbutted a guy at a water fountain once.
But did you ever get into like a teenage fight? Did you?
No.
I feel like Deb might have kicked, screamed, thrown some dirt.
I was a little bit younger than that, actually.
I got in a short fight with an old buddy of mine. We're friends over a girl, of course.
I beat up the school bully and got held up on people's shoulders while they sang She's a Jolly Good Fellow.
I love that.
Kicked his ass and made him cry.
The hell? That sounds like an early 90s.
I love that, right.
I literally kicked his ass and made him cry.
That's the end of a John Hughes movie.
Yeah. You jumped up, struck you threw your fist up, and the movie stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, right? Directed by. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. By the way, grand is your 5 o'clock keyword, GRAND. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth is up next with It's Only Money. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Foreigner in a strange land. That makes sense. Stranger in a strange land. That's the saying.
The follow-up is foreigner in a strange land. It's like they're very similar.
You sound like we don't like foreigners in our strange land.
News junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at your normal afternoon slowdowns in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound on I-4, traveling by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown. Looking at a slow ride in the usual spots on the Turnpike as well, north and southbound through Kissimmee and St. Cloud. Heavy delays also reported for those traveling near the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see any traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day available. It's on Twitter. And you can also go to the YouTube chat, search Jim Colbert Show, vote in it there. Have you ever ridden the bus? It's all brought to you by wearenotthebanks.com. Thanks to Brad Siebert. Sponsors our question of the day, but also, more importantly, Direct Mortgage Lender. This is what they do when it comes time to buying that next house, or maybe you need to take advantage of the equity in your home and it's time to refinance. Wearenotthebanks.com is the website. This is what they do. Mortgages. Taking care of you with all types of buyers. Good credit, awesome. Get a great rate. Bumps in your credit can still work with you. Special loan programs featuring all types of loans, whether it's VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans of all sizes, even no income documentation loans. I use wearenotthebanks.com, went on that website several years ago, when I did my refi put me in a great position today because of going there back then. WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Explore bizarre tales in the Very Special Episodes podcast hosted by Dana Schwartz and friends. Every Wednesday, they'll tackle a new stranger-than-fiction story, like NASA agents cracking down on a black market moonrock trade, a poison Titanic cast, and Mark Twain's pivotal bar fight. New from iHeart Podcasts.
That is every single one of these episodes. It is the fodder for you to say, I heard the craziest story on this podcast.
Listen to Very Special Episodes on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Happy New Year from Tools Ace Hardware. You know, it's a great time to think about bringing something new to the backyard. Thankfully, Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. And they also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. Plus, you want to make sure everyone has a place to sit. Do that with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. Plus, get free assembly and delivery when you shop in-store at any of the Tools Ace Hardware's 12 convenient Central Florida locations, or when you shop online at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Get ready for the big game with a free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast.
I am so looking forward to that game.
NFL Total Access.
That's another mini storyline to watch.
NFL Now.
This could be the dangerous team.
And many more. The free iHeartRadio app and the NFL, getting you the insight and behind-the-scenes stories you need for the big game. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. To call us, text us easily at 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Grand, guys. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross is as well.
It's true.
And every single Tuesday at 5:20, we do a little thing called It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Yeah, you guys give it up for our buddy Scott Brown right here.
Oh, yeah, save money.
What's up, you snow bunny? What are you doing?
What?
I'm drinking hot chocolate.
Nice.
2:30 in the afternoon, a nice cup of hot Joe, hot chocolate.
You know, I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm sitting here, I'm staring at the snow. It's sunny. It's a beautiful Colorado day, and it seemed like I should have a cup of, what's the temperature in Florida right now?
It's about 62.
Yeah, I'm not having hot chocolate at 62. I got to get it in while I'm here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, out of curiosity, when you guys go out and stay that long stay, do you eat out a lot or do you guys cook in-house a lot?
It's a fair mix. Steamboat Springs is actually, like, unlike a lot of ski places, is a real town. It's an old cow town, like old cowboy town. So they have a lot of really cool restaurants and a lot of good stuff to eat. But we'll also, we'll hit the city market and grab our pot pies and such. And my wife does not like pot pies, by the way, but I do.
I love a good pot pie.
You simpleton.
Dude, Deb, I love pot pie. So I'm having my pot pie feast every couple of days.
Yay!
Yeah. Does it have to have the crust on the bottom? though?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they should just make the crust. I think that would sell.
Just chicken flavored crust.
That's it.
I'm a
Just
fan.
crust.
Yeah. Those things, I got to tell you, you're up there in the right spot because those things are caloric. I mean, you look at a small pot pie because that crust is just butter and flour, man. It is. They are ridiculously high calorie, but that's what you need when you're up there freezing your ass off skiing down a mountain.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know about calories out and calories in at this point. I don't think I'm at a deficit, but I'll work on that when I get home.
All right, very good. Scott Brown is the president, CEO of Edgewater Family Wealth here in Orlando. Has been doing this for 30 plus years in the city, giving sage advice to people who want to make their financial outlook a lot better. And he's been doing it for a while as a portfolio manager. As what else, Scott? I mean, outside of that, what is your number one title? Money manager?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, that's part of what we do, but I would consider myself an advisor or a counselor, really. I mean, a trusted teammate, if you will. It's hard to really, I sometimes somebody will say, what do you do? And I mean, 36 years now, my 37th year, you'd think I'd come up with a clever answer to that question. What do you do? The best I can tell you is I help successful people manage their wealth, and really more accurately, people say, do you manage money? I say, manage wealthy people's money. I say, no, I manage wealthy people, because it's their behavior more than anything else that requires a little bit of effort.
Right. And that's not to say that every client you have, you started out wealthy, or you require people to be wealthy to come to you. That's the whole idea, is you help them reach those financial goals, and everybody has to start somewhere kind of scenario, correct?
Yeah. So as you can imagine, after 36 or 37 years, most of my individual clients are of means, just because I've been on a long journey with them, as they have with me. But our team is broken into 2 or 3 different sections, if you will. And one of those sections of our apparatus, if you will, is designed to help people become affluent who are not quite there.
Exactly. I mean, and basically just learning how it works, which is great, because it really kind of leads us to your first point, which I think is kind of interesting. When I read your text this morning, because Scott will send us a text of things he wants to cover on the show today, things that are top of mind, and he thinks that people can use as a tool to kind of make their lives a little easier when it comes to their finances. And you say here, investing is like parenting. Explain.
Well, I wrote an article recently called Bumps and Bruises. And, so we come where this is the era, or at least maybe the back end of the era, of the helicopter parent and the trophy for participation and all the things that we all like to laugh about and make fun of. But, the truth of the matter is, like your children, you have to let them fall down and get scraped every once in a while, so they learn from their pain, they learn from their misfortune. And they, more important than anything, I think, with a child, and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to raise a kid, but this is an observation of an old man, is that the most important thing you can teach a kid is that they can fail, they can get hurt, they can suffer, and it's still okay. And one of the things that I noticed, and I'm going to go on a tangent here for a second, but I'll come back, I promise. But Charles Schwab did a study some years ago about portfolios of single people and of married people. And what they found is that a single man left to his own devices, I'm not picking on you men, but it's kind of funny and predictable, is single men left to their own devices would trade more frequently than a married man or a person with a spouse who had to seek the approval of that other person, right? So
yes.
Two heads are better than one, meaning the impulsive man in my example couldn't just act without discussing it with his significant other. And what they found is that when someone had to do that, they behaved better and their returns were better because they weren't trading as impulsively. And where I'm going with that is coming back to parenting, which is, we all know the old Bill Cosby bit about dad's feeding the kids cake for breakfast, right? But that's what dads do, right? Dads, when it comes to parenting, dads will say, well, the kids scream and they're unhappy. I want to watch the game. Here, have some cake.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I've done that.
And if mom was in the room, that wouldn't happen. She'd be like, nope. You're going to eat your meat. You're going to eat your vegetables. Maybe you can have some cake later. And how you can kind of transfer that to investing is that some people are impulsive about raising their portfolio. One of their stocks goes down, or they're with an advisor and they're looking at 10 stocks and all of them are green except for one, and they want to get rid of the one. And what essentially they're doing is feeding their portfolio cake. They're not letting their portfolio get bumped or bruised or go through a down period of time. And that's why when you look at all the studies on investing, women tend to outperform men. And I'm not saying this is absolute, so don't send me any nasty emails. But on average, men are more impulsive than women, and they don't allow their portfolios to go through that suffering.
Yeah, I have to tell you, and I will pile on there, I have collectively worked most of my professional career in the broadcasting industry, and I have worked for almost exclusively women. And I will tell you, that is 1,000% the truth. This kind of business offers some very interesting social happenings and some very interesting personality traits and personalities altogether. And I have found that the women in charge of our business here in Orlando were able to manage those highs and lows much greater than men have because of that ego and that dude thing. That dude thing,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
How often?
There's that. Go ahead.
Good. I was going to say, how often? I mean, we talked about this before with your clients. How often do you have to talk them off the ledge? Because here's the thing. I think most people believe, Scott, that, you come in there, you hand some money to Scott. Scott goes in there, he does his money thing, and then you call him every day. I call you every day to find out how I'm doing, right? Every day. And I'm trying to babysit the money and not let you do your thing. And, and you've also said that you'll have investors call up and go, hey, I want to pull this kind of money out because I'm going to go buy this thing. And it's not that you're trying to talk them out of it. What you're trying to do is give them options of what could or could not happen in the next 3 or 4 years based on that move they're going to make.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not one of those advisors that doesn't want his or her clients to have a good time. And in fact, that's why you have money. You want to enjoy your life in a reasonable fashion, given the context of your wealth, right? So I'm not that person. In fact, I have clients quite frequently. I have to kind of nudge into spending money. Like, hey, go do something. You're not taking this with you. You're 73 years old. Go to Japan, go to Turkey, go to Europe, go to Mexico, go wherever you want to go. Buy your grandkid a bike or whatever, right? So that's actually, you'd be surprised. I have more of those issues than the other. But to your point, yes, and again, it's not that we don't want people to enjoy their money, but if you call up and it's 2011 or 2001 rather, and we've just gone through a horrific national experience, the market's down 35%, you say, hey, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy that yacht. Well, I might say, pump the brakes for a second there, big guy.
Press pause.
Let's take a second, let these markets recover a little bit before we make that decision.
Hey, Scott, before we move on to the next thing, which I'm interested as well, we did get a text in here I find interesting because we've never really tackled this because it deals with the B word. A guy says, we filed for bankruptcy 12 years ago. We're financially better and careful due to the bumps and bruises of going bankrupt. Now, 2008 did offer some really sticky stuff, and in 2020 did as well. That's really back-to-back in a really short period of time, two pretty big financial downturns for a large portion of earners in America. Tell people out there that bankruptcy isn't the end-all, be-all of your financial life, that you, after even filing bankruptcy or getting in trouble, that you haven't been banned from investing or making money, and that can be a great learning lesson. Because I believe people sometimes, Scott, when they have to go through something financially traumatic like that they do believe that their financial life is over and that they will just continuously be crawling out of the shadow of this bankruptcy. Tell them that it's not really a death sentence.
Oh, by no means. And I'm not advocating for bankruptcy. I'm just saying I'm agreeing with you in that, especially in 2008. I mean, I think bankruptcies tripled or something during that period. So you weren't alone in that. So no, it's not the death knell. It's not the end of the world. It's obviously something you have to deal with and dig out of. And many people I know went through it in 2008. So the reality is the bankruptcy laws exist for a reason. It's one of the get out of jail free cards we have in our American capitalistic system. It's to say, okay, maybe you didn't act all that prudently before, or maybe just some crazy, unfortunate health issue occurred, whatever it was. In fact, I think the majority of all bankruptcies, more than half, are healthcare related. So a lot of times it's not the person's fault. What I would say, and I really appreciate the comment from the person who texted in, is they learned from the bumps and bruises. Had they just given up the ship or thrown up their hands in the air and said, you know what, the system's rigged, it's all terrible, there's no way I'm ever going to make it, poor me, they wouldn't probably be in what it sounds like a much better situation today. So to your point, Jim, no, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, it's something to be avoided if you can. But that is built into our system. It's not a bug, but it's a feature.
Yeah, what I'm trying to tell everybody is if you've had to go through that and you are still interested in possibly setting aside some money and having it earned for you, don't think that that's going to be a speed bump for you. Scott and these guys are able to still give you sage advice even though you've gone through something like that. All right, let's move on
100%
to our next topic, which is advisor or salesperson, how to know the difference. And I really don't even know what any of that means.
Yeah, so and I'm not diminishing sales. That we all sell in one way, shape, or form. You guys sell your day-to-day wisdom and hilarity every day, and advertisers come on board. So there's no shame in selling. A teacher sells information. A president sells his candidacy. We all sell in some way, shape, or form. But sometimes you can get too caught up in that as an advisor or somebody who wants to be in the advisory business. And for clients, I think it's difficult to know the difference between a real legitimate advisor who is process driven, who's there for you administratively, who's there for you to look at your tax implications, to look at all sides of the equation, so that it is a mutually conducive relationship where the client benefits. Obviously, the advisor as a business person benefits. And a lot of times people go into a situation not knowing, is the insurance agent an advisor, or they have life insurance, so I'm getting life insurance? Or is the annuity person really an advisor, and do I really need an annuity, or am I just getting an annuity because that's all they can sell, right? So I think you need to ask these questions about, how are you compensated? What will be success for me? Because a lot of times, especially back 10, 15, 20 years ago, when somebody would buy a product, that product person would sell them the product, and then they'd never hear from them again because they'd already made their money and there was no more money to be made. The system and the processes now in place are much better, but I still think it's fair for you to ask, what is our relationship going to be like going forward? And how can I be sure that you're just not pushing me into a product because that's the only product you have?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest mistakes people have, and I think Ross got over this weekend. Matter of fact, we were talking about this last night in the parking lot. Ross just bought a new car, right?
I did that.
And as we're talking about this, he sent out some thank yous yesterday, and one of the thank yous was to me, because you don't have to you can say no. If the deal isn't good, you can say no. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. These people do not care about what you're doing this weekend. You're certainly not going camping. You're not going to trivia with them that night. You just have to get the deal you want to get. I think some people have a very difficult time with that, with looking at a professional that they ask for their time. Like if I asked you for your time, you'd feel kind of odd asking you a lot of personal questions about how you're going to deal with my money. But you got to get past that. And I would think that as an advisor that you would welcome as many questions as someone who is considering putting their livelihood in your hands to make them a little bit more secure as they move forward in their life, that you would want as many questions as possible. Matter of fact, I would think that you would prompt as many questions as possible.
Yeah, I actually get nervous when people don't ask questions. Somebody that walks into my office says, "Oh, Jim or Jack uses you. Here's my money." That makes me very uncomfortable because I know that question there are questions in their head. They're just not coming up now. And if we get 6 months into the situation, into the relationship, and they've not asked, therefore not had those questions answered, I know eventually that's going to be a problem for our relationship. I mean, it's like meeting somebody and getting married on the first date. It's like, I'll figure this out later. You seem nice.
I'll get to know you eventually.
Yeah. I'm sure you're not psychotic in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Or completely. But
Yes.
And I know that, in our conversations, as we kind of even move forward to solidify this segment that we're doing right now, I mean, you and I had a number of conversations because one of the things I've kind of avoided in my broadcast career is people who deal with other people's money because of how sensitive that situation is. And you certainly don't want to tell anybody to go to somebody who doesn't have a solid, backing in their business, who hasn't been doing it for a while. Because again, this is one of the ultimate trust scenarios when you're putting, hard-earned money into somebody's hands and saying, "Hey man, I'm trusting with this. Go out there and do something good with this so that in 10 years I can see some real growth,"
Yeah, I think again, you're hit the nail on the head. It's just a matter of trust. When you have trust, that's everything. You can trust that person to tell you even things you don't want to hear.
For sure. And that's what you want. I mean, if it was me, I would want you to say, "Hey, buddy, that's not a good move. Let's think about this instead." Well, Scott, if people do want, matter of fact, we just had a person say, "Hey, is there a minimum amount of money? Can I invest $3,000? Can Scott help me out there?" I don't know the answers to all of this, but I know that your office can answer all those questions. How can people get started with you? How do they get in touch? What are the first steps?
Yeah, so reach out to us at edgewaterfamilywealth.com. There's how to hire an advisor guide on there. There's a way to inquire about getting with us for an appointment or a phone conversation. Again, that's edgewaterfamilywealth.com. And real quick, so that my marketing people don't yell at me, we have an event February the 21st at 11 a.m. at Ruth's Chris in Winter Park. And this will be a financial planning seminar where we talk about the nuts and bolts of planning, how to get started, how to accumulate wealth, and eventually how to maintain wealth.
Very nice. And if you go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com, all the information will be right there. You can click through. You can reserve your spot. They usually take very good care of everybody, and they give you some great advice to get you started on a way to make your money work for you so that you can have a better life in, let's say, 10, 15 years, maybe 20 or 30. Who knows?
Hopefully all of the above.
Very good. You guys give it up. Good luck for
then.
Good luck for Scott Brown.
Woohoo!
Are you back home next week, buddy, or are we going to have to snow bunny you again this week? What are we doing?
No, I will be front and center right there sitting next to you, Jimmy.
All right. Well, bring me something, all right? Bring me something.
You got it. I'm bringing presents.
Bring me some buffalo jerky or something like that. I don't know. All right, buddy. Listen.
You got it.
Be good. Have safe time, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
All right.
There you go, Scott Brown. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. We are going to do some trivia, guys. Don't forget Bob Dylan tickets on the line right after this.
We have a prize. You have a phone. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs proved yet again they're kings of the AFC. Mahomes has become MJ in the finals and Tiger on Sunday in the red shirt. He doesn't make any mistakes. He doesn't throw picks, ever. The higher the stakes, the better Mahomes is. Now in his fourth Super Bowl, Patrick's getting closer and closer to the ultimate GOAT status. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The utterly inspired, all-electric EQE sedan from Mercedes-Benz. With hundreds of customizable comfort settings inside the cabin, it's the EV that recharges you. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at MBUSA.com/EQE.
Let me tell you something. Here in Florida, you better pack a lunch for this weather because it is no joke. 61 day, 83 the next day, and we're about to hit another one where it's going to go up to the 70s and then right back down to the 50s. Is your AC system ready? If it's not, it could be trouble. The good thing is you have Mills Air here in Central Florida. Myself, Deb, Ross, and hundreds, thousands of Central Floridians have used Mills Air to make sure that their AC never quits on them, even during the worst roller coaster times of weather Florida has to offer. And here's the reason why. They've been doing it in Florida for 30 plus years. Let them use that experience to make sure your AC never quits. Their preventive maintenance plan is an absolute must. And their techs, you're going to love seeing them because they know this stuff inside and out, and they have all the parts to fix your machine immediately. But if they can't, and you do happen to need a new one, even better news. These guys are Carrier Factory authorized dealers, and that means possibly $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today, schedule that appointment, make sure your AC is ready to go. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the 3rd absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
You're all set with your Medicare prescriptions, Mrs. Brown.
This is not just low-cost copays at Walgreens.
I can actually help you set up 90-day refills if you want.
This is having a partner you can trust. Get low-cost copays, 90-day refills, and delivery from your neighborhood Walgreens. This is being independent. Together. Walgreens.
Restrictions apply. For details, see walgreens.com/pharmacy.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
One of the most influential metal bands of all time. For the fans, for the brothers, for legacy. Pantera. February 5th, Emily Arena. With special guests, Lamb of God. This is a invitation. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Sarah, live in concert. Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Wednesday at 8:35 on the Monsters in the Morning. Ray Trendley and the Monsters will be discussing all things law, from the latest celebrity legal troubles to what's going on out there. Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
When I was a kid, I remember it taking like an hour to make a pot pie in the oven. But now, technology is just amazing. It takes, 3 or 4 minutes to heat up a pot pie, and it is cool enough to eat in right around 3.5 hours. Gosh, technology's cool.
He ain't kidding.
That's right. They should shoot those things at our enemies.
And the worst part is when you burn your mouth on something like that, that affects the taste of the rest of the meal.
Of the rest of the week. I actually spilled a freshly from the oven pot pie. My brother and I were messing around in the kitchen right over my hand.
Ooh, it's food.
It was a blister burn.
It's food napalm is what it is. It is like food napalm. My wife just burned the roof of her mouth really, really bad with chili.
Oh.
Because you get that cheese we melt on top.
Yeah.
Again, that's food napalm, you know?
Pizza can do it to you.
Yeah.
That would have made Vietnam different.
Yeah, it would have. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. So many tunnel jokes. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here. And Ross. What? Did you just say hello?
Yeah, I said hello. You said Jack is here. I said hello.
You said his name.
And I was waving.
I thought you said something else.
For
My
the
bad.
people on YouTube.
And Ross has the sauce jar. Let's get it.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Look at it, Gleck. Look at it, Gleck.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the man, the myth, the legend, the Bob Dylan at the Walt Disney Theater at Dr. Phillips Center March 10th. Tickets are on sale now. That is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage put their fully trained expert moving crews to the test, but be aware they're adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of more, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you will get a discount. So book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Clickety-clack, back to you.
Thanks, Deb. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Sarah.
Sarah, right up top. Sarah, how are you?
Oh, my gosh, I'm good.
Oh, good. I like this.
Yay.
Sarah, would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
Now, let's hope you have a better turn today than yesterday.
All right, Sarah, this is a really easy game. I have one question here for you. 4 of the answers, and one of those answers is a lie. It's untrue. I made it up. If you can find that one, I will send you off to the sauce jar and to see the legend Bob Dylan. Are you ready?
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe I'm number 1. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1882, the 32nd president of the United States of America was born. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That's right. Here are 3 fun facts about FDR and one re-election after another. Number 1. FDR was an avid ornithologist, studier of birds. He killed and stuffed 300 species of birds over his lifetime. Number 2. FDR was related to his wife. Her name by birth was Eleanor Roosevelt. They were 5th cousins removed. Number 3. FDR appointed the first female cabinet member when he swore in Frances Perkins as the Secretary of Labor. Or lastly, FDR loved to bowl so much so in 1938 he had a bowling alley installed in the White House. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with number 2.
No, that's true. He was related to his wife. When he got married, her name was Roosevelt. She did not have to change her name. They were 5th cousins. All right.
Okay.
Well, all right. Next, Ross.
Let's welcome James.
James right there on line 2. James, how are you, friend?
Love your addition.
Doing great.
All right, James, we're talking about FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. It's his birthday today. He was born in 1882. Which of these is untrue? Number 1, FDR was an FDR was an avid ornithologist, which is a study of birds. He killed and stuffed 300 species of birds over his lifetime. Number 2, FDR appointed the first female cabinet member when he swore in Frances Perkins as his Secretary of Labor. Or lastly, FDR loved to bowl, so much so that in 1938, he had a bowling alley installed in the White House.
I'm going to go with the middle one.
No, dude, that's true, unfortunately. He did appoint the very first female cabinet member ever when he swore in Frances Perkins as his Secretary of Labor.
And she could be family to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, she could be. Next.
He's missing his silent Bob. Let's welcome Jay.
Jay, right there on line 4. Jay, how you doing, boss?
What's going on, boss?
Not too bad, buddy. We're talking about FDR, and you have a 50-50 shot at going to see Bob Dylan. Which of these is a lie? Number 1, FDR was an avid ornithologist, which is a studier of birds. He killed and stuffed 300 species of birds over his lifetime. Or lastly, FDR loved to bowl, so much so that in 1938, he had a bowling alley installed in the White House.
It's number 1, Jim.
It's not, buddy. That's absolutely true. It is not number 1.
Oh, little master.
It is not number 1. Rick, how are you, friend?
I am doing great. How about you, Jimmy?
Hey, I'm doing great. Tell me this. FDR loved to bowl. Matter of fact, he loved it so much that in 1938, he had a bowling alley installed in the White House.
I'd have to say that's not
That is not even close to being true. Thank you very much. I'll put you on hold because he died in 1945 and had polio and was in a wheelchair.
You thought that was too... I thought that might have been the swerve because I'm like, well, the guy was in a wheelchair, but then I'm like, wait, people in wheelchairs can bowl.
Now, here's what I use with that. A president did have a bowling alley installed in the White House. Do you remember who it was?
Woodrow Wilson.
It was not. More recent than that.
Nixon.
It is Nixon. Nixon wasn't a crook, but he did love bowling. And actually, Nixon paid for his campaign by playing poker, by the way. Did you hear how good of a poker player Nixon was?
Yes.
When he was in the Navy, apparently he made so much money that he won his first office seat, which wasn't obviously the presidency, and he paid for the entire campaign by poker winnings.
Maybe he cheated.
He could have.
I'm not a crook.
But he was an avid ornithologist, and as a kid, he was fascinated with birds. And until the day he died, he was a birder, and he had 300 species, and he took notes, and he stuffed them himself. And most of these were happening as a kid. He's been doing it since he was 11 years old.
Serial killer.
Here's a few other things you may not know about FDR before we get over to Ross thoughts. The 1936 presidential election was one of the most lopsided in U.S. history. Out of the 531 available electoral votes, how many do you think FDR won?
All of them.
All right, he says all of them.
I'll go 405.
I'll go a third.
Yeah, 523 out of the 531 available electoral votes.
Oh, wow.
FDR won.
Ted with the hot take with a third.
Make us do math.
FDR was the first in a bunch of things. You know, we just learned about him assigning a labor secretary as a female. He was the first to do that.
Someone said she was awesome, did a lot for workers.
That's great. He was also the very first president to do, well, I can't really, there's no way to, he was the first president to be seen on television. There you go.
Yeah, but then they also were very careful about how they showed
because
him.
he was in the wheelchair.
Because of the wheelchair, yeah.
He served in World War I as a naval lieutenant commander. Did you guys know that?
I did not.
All right. He started Social Security.
That I did.
Yeah, FDR
that pissed a lot of people off.
FDR started Social Security. It was his thing. FDR was the first president to fly in an airplane while still in office.
Oh, wow.
He was the first president to ever travel by airplane while still elected and still serving as the president of the United States.
And that's before they had an Air Force One.
Yeah, exactly. And then lastly here, he did a couple of things for the White House, and FDR was the very first person to install a
indoor bathroom?
Ring doorbell.
That's so great. He installed the White House Theater.
Ah.
It used to be a coat room, and he had it made into a theater. There you go. On this day, our 32nd president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, was born. Ross, what's coming up for thoughts?
So it's at the end of the month, and I thought it would be kind of cool just to go over. So I just picked out some of my favorite news stories that decided to jump into the cycle in the last 30 days of 2024.
All right.
And some of them are just like really funny. I feel like we really need to soak these in before it hits February.
All right, we'll do that next.
Absolutely.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 today in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown Orlando. Normal delays reported north and southbound on Florida's Turnpike through Kissimmee and St. Cloud as well as near the Oakland Exchange exit. No major problems to report for those on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Start your year by taking care of one of your biggest investments, your vehicle. Drive into any Central Florida area Valvoline Instant Oil Change and get a quality Valvoline oil change without leaving your car. Go to VIOC.com to find a convenient location near you.
Look, man, if you know somebody that struggles with their vision, it could be you. It could be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, a friend from work, whatever the case may be. Here's what you need to tell them. You don't have to deal with that. You don't have to wear contacts. You don't have to wear glasses every day. You don't have to deal with losing them or scratching them or wearing contacts and taking them out. Really making your active lifestyle difficult. You have a choice. Here's the choice. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute. Guys, 65,000 surgeries under their belt. If you're worried about their experience, do not, because they have Smile LASIK. And this is the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology. This is minimally invasive. Fast recovery times. There's no pain. The surgery lasts legit a few minutes. That's it. But what it does for you is miraculous. It is miraculous. There's no other way to say it. My dad, 58 years old, his next 3 days were like a toy. It was like the newest world. You can have the same experience. Just simply text 1041 to 868686. Schedule your appointment. Find out exactly what they can do for you so you can live your life to the fullest. Payments, they got you covered there as well. 24-month interest-free financing is available. Again, you do this. Text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute show you exactly how they can get you on a path to better vision right now.
Orlando. Get ready for the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials Saturday, February 3rd at 8 a.m. at Dr. Phillips Center for the ultimate FanFest experience. Race begins at 10 a.m. Enjoy live music, food trucks, and vendors. And don't miss the live view of the runners as they race towards their Olympic dreams from 4 different fan zones downtown. Join Real Radio 104.1 and Team USA fans decked out in red, white, and blue for a day of inspiration and unforgettable memories. Visit realradio.fm/events for more info. Powered by Brightline.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
It's the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials this Saturday at 8 a.m. Join us in downtown Orlando at the Dr. Phillips Center for the ultimate free FanFest experience. Enjoy food trucks, live music, and vendors, and see the runners as they race towards their Olympic dreams from 4 different fan zones downtown. Experience the thrill of the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials this Saturday, 8 a.m. Join us decked out in red, white, and blue for a day of inspiration and unforgettable memories. Visit Orlando2024trials.com. Presented by Visit Orlando.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Hey Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line, with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with 1 new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with 1 new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
My high school, back up in the Poconos, was an overflow school. Ross and I are in a similar ballpark of age. I graduated high school in 2011. Fights were a regular thing, but the first year of this school being open, during graduation, someone in the audience decided to rush the stage and stab a kid as he was receiving his diploma.
Oh.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, for no one, that's fun.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. You know the deal. Get over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000.
If you're the next kid, do you still take your diploma?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You take it every day. I was like, oh, wait.
All right, now that that's over, it's time to graduate high school.
Exactly. All right. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Let's get some thoughts.
It's weird. It's funny.
You guys see this story?
Sometimes.
About the horse?
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Do I want to know?
It's Ross Thoughts.
All right, so welcome to Ross Thoughts. I thought it would be kind of fun to, honestly, to talk about some of the weird news stories. That listen, there's an infinite amount of news. Deb knows that more than anybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's news locally, there's news nationally, there's international news, there's news, it's all over the place. And some of them kind of fall through the cracks. But I guess that's why we have the 6 o'clock hour, right? Because we can't forget about not talking about the racehorse that failed the drug test.
What?
Racehorse failing drug test? That happens. That happens kind of all the time. It's one of their go-to moves.
Is it really?
It is.
Yeah.
I think it was the Kentucky Derby.
They are steroided up. However, you guys see this? This is the headline. This racehorse tested positive for meth.
Meth?
It's a meth horse, Jim. Well, giddy on up. Giddy up. You can say it's the one with scabs.
It had to have. That's funny. It had to have like there's got to be a drug or something that what's the word when it breaks down maybe and turns into something that like tests like that, kind of like the help me out there with the what's the
Are you
poppy
thinking
seeds break down into
it can be like an opioid,
like a trace thing. Is it something like that, or I mean?
No, it's looking like it's straight up meth. Actually,
they were just trying to get the thing to run faster.
Yeah, the test came back positive for D-methamphetamine.
Whoa.
Damn. Damn.
So, dude, can you imagine just your horse just all like hard drugged up? You know how fast that thing is going to go?
Oh, yeah.
I can actually tell you, it won first place, and they had to return the $4,500.
Did they really?
Yes.
Oh my God! They knew he won because his heart exploded at the end.
How do you make the hoof hold the pipe? I have so many questions.
Well, can't they inject it? You can inject it.
It has to be.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I hope they had fun with like a blow dart.
right.
You know, I don't want to think of it as a syringe, but more of a thump.
But the idea of a real fancy horse barn and two dudes ripping meth blows into this horse's face like you would do your dog when you're 14.
Yeah. And the horse's ear. You know, what is another news story that is actually making the circle? I can't get over meth horse, man. Could you imagine how sketchy that would be? Like, all right, and they're off, and it's over, and that one won. like
the horse left the track and ran right to Cash America Pond.
Pony Express would have been like Uber. You would have gotten your mail in instant.
Right.
There's so many jokes. I just love knowing that, hey, I'm happy that they got caught, but I also am in love with the headline of a racehorse got caught on a meth
What
test.
state was this?
This was
Kentucky, Florida?
Yeah, Ohio.
Ohio, there you go.
Yeah, and PETA, however you want to pronounce
It's
it.
PETA.
They came out and they were super. Why would they call themselves PETA?
People for the ethical treatment of animals.
I get the acronym, sure, keep it, but go with PETA. You're about pets. You're not a PETA company, and now you're going to have to correct everybody for the rest of your company's existence.
But PETA sounds like pedophile.
Yeah, now I see it.
There you go. There you go. Next topic. Back to you.
Moving on. This is a news story that's kind of dominating the news today. I'm not sure if you guys know about this. You guys see the footage of the woman
Doing?
on the car?
No, what'd she do?
Her dog got stolen.
No.
And she straight taken 3 out on the thieves and jumped on the hood of the car.
Oh, no.
Look at that footage. Give that a little razzmatazz with your eyes. Because look at this woman straight die-harding for her French bulldog.
Really?
It's an action star. I think it's in the middle of New York City. So I propose this to you. You guys doing that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Are you
My
guys?
dog?
Your dog's old.
He's about to be 15.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you something.
I'm not jumping on a car.
I got a choice here. Either I jump in the car for the dog or find a new wife.
Yeah.
You take your pick. Because if I don't make an effort to get the dog back, my wife is never going to look me in the eye again.
I apologize. It was in downtown L.A. This headline reads, "Woman clings to thief's car after French bulldog stolen in downtown L.A." And she is straight diehard doing it on this hood,
It
man.
seems more like an L.A. move.
How insane is that footage?
That is bananas. Holy ass. Let me tell you, it's an ugly dog.
The French bulldog?
Oh, my
It's
God.
trendy. It's trendy.
It's not a pretty French bulldog.
It kind of isn't, but I mean, and she also looks like she would do this for her dog.
Yeah.
You know, it's also like one of those.
But tell you what, she's got such a great grip on the front of that hood up there where the windshield wipers are. She kind of dug her hands in there. She looks like a stunt woman.
So my question is,
it's L.A. She may be.
Yeah, you're right.
Jim, you're either getting a divorce or you're getting no dogs.
I would have to make an attempt
You're
to get my
gonna
dog.
have
I would
to
have to
try.
do that, yeah.
But how hard would you try? Would it be like, oh, no?
I mean, this is not a way I'd want to try. That's for damn sure. I mean, that's death. I mean, that car is going 45 miles an hour downtown with her on the front.
You
it
have
looks
to-
like a movie shoot.
Yeah.
If you're not coming back with the dog, you have to come back wounded.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you bet your ass.
a broken arm or anything.
I
Dead?
just jump in front of the car at that point.
You pulling one of those?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Deb's a ride or die for her pets, man.
Absolutely.
I think I'm doing it for one of my dogs.
You just the one?
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing. If one of my dogs, Hazel, the one that sucks, gets stolen, joke's on them.
Right, exactly.
Enjoy that dog.
They'll drop her back off with $100 for food.
It knows how to open up stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like your soul.
We did talk briefly about how much. I actually looked into it as soon as you brought it up when you were talking about that truck that had that enormous amount of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't understand how much drugs they were talking. That's like a heroic bust that they found.
Oh, you mean the Coast Guard?
Yes.
5 tons of cocaine. So that's
5 tons, dude.
2 vehicles
5 tons.
made of solid cocaine.
How many grams are in a ton?
Oh, my God, dude.
I'm doing this live on air. How many grams in a ton?
Well, we know it's worth $55 million is what they said street value.
It's 907,000 grams.
How much is a gram?
Allegedly, you've like
100 used to be the price.
For a gram?
It's like allegedly
Used
like
to be.
40 to 60, I would say in
think that's-
modern.
Is that a lot of cocaine? A gram?
It's a good night.
Is it really? Is it last about a night, a gram?
It's a rich man drug.
Yeah, it depends on
who you're with,
and how much you're used to it. Because you tend to consume more. The more you do it, the more you need to do it.
So on a normal night, if you're going out and you have a gram, you do a line like every 3 or 4 hours?
No. I mean, you could.
Soon. I think you
every hour and a half.
I would say maybe like a tiny amount,
a
almost
little
like
blast. Everyone, you'd be going to the men's room a lot too.
All right,
that's why they check bathroom activity in the bars.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't be doing a whole bunch, but like you'd grab your keys.
Did you guys see during the bowl game there was a student in the stands, this girl, and she just had her little Coke vial out with her little Coke spoon, just doing bumps of Coke in the stands, like just standing out there, no big deal.
Straight looking like a meth horse.
They put her right on camera, dude. You can see it. Like, no big deal.
Well, you're assuming it's Coke.
Yeah, you're right. I am.
Well, that Friday when Russ and I were carrying the show, we had a story about how they were snorting caffeine now.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And it's legal.
Yeah, in fact, that's really dangerous because, unfortunately, kids are ordering powdered caffeine off the internet.
Get out of here.
It's like a way of powering through it during tests, but a lot of times they don't know that that's like pure caffeine.
We thought it would be a fun show bit.
Yeah. Jim? The drip is going to feel like Starbucks.
Yeah, dude, I'm not about that drip.
I've never seen cocaine.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I can't believe he just... What an awful thing to patronize somebody for.
And that's a true story. I've never seen cocaine in my entire life. I've been in the room with cocaine, but I've never seen it. Like, I've never seen anybody cut a line and do it.
Yeah.
In all my years in this business, that would be the weirdest thing. You think you'd see that every other 5 minutes back in the 90s, but I never saw it.
Well, whether it's the Italian Greyhound that's going to make all of us feel awful about ourselves, knowing that it has a $20,000 wardrobe because some rich people decide to do that with their dogs, or whether it's a person jumping on the hood of a car to protect her dog, I think that footage is just mind-boggling. You're basically seeing chicken noodle soup for the soul on the hood of a Hyundai going downtown Atlanta, getting her action star movie on.
It is crazy.
And never forget, horses shouldn't smoke meth. And those are your Ross thoughts, and those are your little brief news stories that are just weird enough that tickled my fancy. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Sometimes you just got to understand your lane. And I'll tell you exactly how and why next.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still seeing delays on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535, as well as between Michigan Street and Robinson Street. No major delays at this time north or southbound on Florida's Turnpike. Traffic up to speed as well on the 408. If you see any traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Happy New Year from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. You know, it is a perfect time to start thinking about bringing something new to your backyard, and Tools Ace Hardware has you covered. They carry the best brands and grills: Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, Napoleon. These guys also have pizza ovens, which are super fun. My Uni not only makes a great pizza, it makes a damn good steak as well. You can get them from Uni and Gosney. Make sure everybody has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Polywood. Indestructible, beautiful, will not fade. And you can even get free assembly and delivery when you shop any in-store Tools Ace Hardware. They have 12 convenient locations, or you can shop online at toolsacehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing and the movies.
Everything that we are doing is incredibly data-driven. We are getting signals in
every single day about how specific audiences are performing. So although we're marketing at a very broad scale, and that does include specific local markets, that's really the beauty of iHeart's network. You're not serving the same message to a consumer in Nashville necessarily that you may be in New York. You have the ability to be very specific and very personalized, but at a tremendous scale.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Very local, powered by Wesh 2. Local news. Breaking news this morning. Original series and specials. I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me. 24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
Welcome back. All right, Jimmy, our Army veteran, for $400. Are you ready to answer the next question?
Actually, I'm good.
Huh?
Well, I already earn and save $473 a year on average with Navy Federal Credit Union. So, yeah.
All members of the armed forces, all veterans, and their families can earn and save more every year with a Navy Federal membership. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA. Dollar value based on the 2022 Navy Federal Member Give Back Study.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Here it is, 2024. Is this the year that you plan on getting heart smart? That's right. Early detection is key to maintaining a healthy heart. And in 2024, you can make it your resolution to be proactive and not reactive when it comes to your long-term health care. There's no question early detection is key to a longer and healthier life. And the testimonials coming out of Life Imaging FLA are amazing. Just a few weeks ago, a listener chose to go to Life Imaging FLA and found out she had 2 major blockages leading to surgery just a few days later. It saved her life. The test is easy. You don't have to take your clothes off. There are no injections, and it only takes a few minutes. Make that call today. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Much better to know now before it's way too late. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
My name is Chris Moody, host of the new podcast, Finding Matt Drudge. I'll be taking you on a journey to find the mysterious media mogul Matt Drudge, founder of The Drudge Report. Along the way, I'll talk to people who have worked with him, dined with him, and fought with him, taking listeners into private conversations, all in an attempt to get a better understanding of who Drudge is and what motivates him. Hopefully, he'll even sit down with us. Listen to Finding Matt Drudge on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Colbert Show.
Jim,
I've ridden a Greyhound a lot. It is one of the most terrifying things in the planet. It's not good. I still have nightmares.
Man, not a glowing endorsement. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in today, as we do every day. We just love the fact that you guys tune in and listen to us do our thing. It's very cool that you do that, and we are greatly appreciative. Your 6 o'clock keyword, by the way, is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm and send it off for your chance at $1,000. We would love a winner. That'd be great this week.
Yeah, it would be great. We've only had 4.
That's right. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you think I mean by know your lane?
Don't do things that you shouldn't be doing because there are people better apt to do that than you.
Yeah, that's kind of part of it. What do you think I mean by know your lane?
Honestly, the first thing that jumps to my mind is race.
Is race.
Yeah, well, and let me explain real fast before this gets
please, because my topic just changed. Go ahead.
I would say I would stay in my lane when it comes to certain topics. I just had this because I just had this conversation at a comedy show not too long ago with one of my black friends, and we were just talking about how things that I've never experienced that he has, and vice versa.
Like black privilege.
Yeah, well, I just, but
little joke
that I won't fully understand exactly his experience and his relationship to society. Simply because I don't have that tone.
Yeah.
So in that way, I think a lot of people jump into another lane and making an assumption or go, well, this is what you should do or this is how you do it, while maybe not understanding that that's a completely different lane and that's a different experience with their surroundings.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly fits as well. That's not exactly it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like an electrician giving you financial advice.
Exactly. Deb, what does that mean to you? When I say know your lane, what's that mean?
Yeah, have a little bit of humility, you know.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Know where your expertise ends and someone else's begins.
Now, this is probably going to come off as a little controversial, what I'm going to say, but I have to tell you, I live in this, so I can gladly speak about it. No problem whatsoever. A Central Florida man who asked not to be identified fell victim to a random text from a beautiful woman that led to a romance investment scheme that cost him a grand total of
$70,000.
Ooh, 89,000.
120.
$50,000 is the answer.
Points, Ross.
Here's the lane part. We've talked about this before. Listen, you guys,
gals.
It's a dangerous world. Online's dangerous. If you're not familiar with certain things, stop diving in. All right? This victim told Channel 6 that a woman who called herself Lily traded photographs with him and started a relationship that went from a friendship to romance to an opportunity to make $5,000 a day on a $50,000 investment in Ethereum, which is
a cryptocurrency.
Now, after a while, she said she wanted to live with me and we would be together forever. She told me it was safe and I trusted her.
Oh.
The retired Air Force veteran said he was close to retirement.
Oh, no.
And hoped to build his account with the Ethereum investment and then travel with his new love. Now, if you're about to retire, not from the Air Force, he was a veteran of the Air Force. When you retire, you're what? You're about 65, 66, 67 years old, right? In that world, I think retirement age as we stand right now in the U.S. for full maximum benefits, I believe is 67, right? Or 70?
Yeah.
67, I believe, going to 70.
It'll be 70 when it's our turn.
Yeah, by the end of the day.
Yeah. As soon as Nikki gets a hold of it, it's going to be 70.
The hailstorm.
The hailstorm, right?
God forbid.
Here's my thing. This guy even says it in the context of the story. Quote, I tried to figure out what she saw in an older person like me because she, Lily, is about a 28-year-old Asian girl. Here's the know your lane part.
Why would you trust that?
Listen, with the exception of a few people, no 28-year-old, really cute Asian girl is going to be in love with you.
Well, how'd she get your number?
At 60. it was an accidental text scam.
I'm sure it was an accidental. It's just by heaven's sent.
It's not an accidental, but that's what he thinks.
No, I know.
And I get these all the time. How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. But it's just got a number, no name. I guess the automatic thing that you think to do is, hey, who is this? I guess this could be a long-lost friend. They got my number from somebody. This could be an old pal of mine that I kind of forgot, right? Who is this? When you start that who is this thing and you open up that dialogue, oh, it's so-and-so and so-and-so. Next thing you know, you're a 67-year-old, lonely veteran sitting there, and you get a picture of this beautiful 28-year-old, 29-year-old, 30-year-old Asian girl. And then she starts going, oh, well, who are you? And starting up a conversation. You're like, man, this is great. I got a beautiful woman talking to me. And the next thing you know, he's out $50,000. He'll never get the money back. It went to 2 banks, one in Vietnam and one in Hong Kong. And I got bad news for you. That's gone. You might as well have just thrown it into the river. Man, listen, if it seems too good to be true, like Jack, if you had a really cute 25-year-old girl, let's say you're a single guy.
Yeah.
Even where you are right now.
Yeah.
A really cute 25-year-old girl, and automatically now she's into really buttoned-up dads.
Yeah.
Who are crazy about Skechers.
Wouldn't be weird that that's the same age as my middle daughter.
Right.
Not weird at all.
I guess I don't understand the power of loneliness. And the power of this, I don't get it. I think that most people would look at me and go, well, look at you, dude. Like, you're an old man with a good-looking woman. My wife is still almost 50 years old, dude. She just takes really good care of herself. But you got to understand, I think that self-aware thing is so valuable. And if you're not someone, and again, it's so hard because you have to look at yourself and go, as cool as I think I am, chances are no really hot, voluptuous, beautiful Asian girl is going to stop me in traffic and go, it's you. You're the one I need.
What's that randomness?
It ain't ever going to happen. You got to be aware, man. And for you ladies, too. You start getting sweated by some really good-looking dude, a European good-looking dude, shirtless, sending you pictures. Don't send them any money. Don't send anybody money. Stop doing it. $50,000. If this is my dad, I would have lost my ever-loving mind.
Because he doesn't feel bad enough.
Right, exactly. I would want to protect him and make him feel as bad, as embarrassed as possible.
You got to deal with the consequences. You got to. It's not just losing $50,000. They're also talking about everybody looking at you, going, "Oh, buddy."
Yeah, man. And he wouldn't give his name for the story for obvious reasons. It's got to be unbelievably embarrassing. And I'm not even mad at the guy, but you got to be aware. You just got it. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. And when it gets online, you triple that. That too good to be true thing.
Jack brings up a point, though, as he brought up that was his middle-aged daughter age. This guy probably, I'm assuming, I think this plays a factor. Do we know if he has kids?
Do not. It doesn't say anything about having children.
This seems, maybe this is very judgmental. It is. I'm judging him. It just seems like this would be a decision made by somebody who doesn't have kids, because I think the average person, if that happens and they have kids, they are remembered by how much of an age gap that is. Jack's first initial response was,
that's my daughter's
that's
age.
my daughter's age.
Right, exactly.
But if you have no kids and you're just single and you're just like, yeah, you're going to horn dog out, you start being lonely.
The FTC reported last year that consumers lost how much to scam. Well, this is in 2022. How much total money was lost in scams just like this in 2022?
$300 million.
210.
It's a lot more, Deb.
Yeah, I'm going to go up into the billions.
How many of those billies you talking about?
2.5.
How about 8.8 billion?
Is that worldwide?
Nationwide, just the U.S. $8.8 billion to scams.
That's a budding industry.
With $3.8 billion of that specifically lost to investment schemes just like this. How about this? In the first 9 months of last year, the first 9 months of 2023, how much do you think was lost in investment scams? Let's just get to it. It's $3.7 billion. Damn. In the first 9 months of last year. You just got to be, look, when you talk to, I got a buddy in the IT business, obviously Code Black. We talked about him a little bit yesterday when I embarrassed myself talking about the Raspberry Pi technology. But when you have somebody like this in your life and you perpetually get told about stories of how people get scammed because they trust Because they will
Yeah.
anytime they get a text or an email, they don't think to double check it. They just automatically give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Man,
Well,
I
look
got to
at
tell
Bernie
you.
Madoff. I mean, he ripped off Ali Wiesel.
Right, he ripped off, what's his face?
His own friends and family members. I mean, talk about someone you thought you could trust.
Kevin Bacon and all those guys. A lot of
Yeah.
celebrities lost all their money.
He would still be doing it if he didn't get caught.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perlman. But the thing is just like, I don't. Do you have trust issues, Ross? Do you trust people, or do you make them? I mean, do you have a blind trust issue at all? I can't imagine you do.
I think maybe so when I was 20, possibly.
Yeah,
but then I got mugged, and I was like, all right, lesson learned.
Yeah, this is how it's going to be.
And Jack, I know you're a skeptic. You don't put a lot of blind trust into anything or anybody, do you?
Less now than I used to. I used to be a little more
naive,
or I would just say
trusting.
Yes.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Now I'm a bitter bitch.
God, man, I wish I'd met you guys 10 years ago. I haven't trusted people in so long.
Why? 'Cause you want to scam us?
No, I
What?
tell you why. It's because when you own a business, guys, when you own a small business, and let me tell you, these words are about to, when you own a small business, it's like having a pile of gold that everybody knows about, but it's not really gold. They just think it's gold. And you have to honestly park yourself on top of it to protect it. Perpetually, you're getting scammed, stolen from, trying to get scammed. Vendors are trying to take advantage of you. You're not getting paid. You just learn real quickly to trust no one until they give you a reason to. Just automatically go into every scenario thinking that you're going to get ripped off. That is such a nihilistic, almost kind of terrible approach to it. But it protects you, and you just kind of learn to work within those realms.
I need context for me to get to that point. I mean, I just bought a car. I walked into the car dealership thinking that exact same thing of like they just want more money and I just want less spent.
And you were true, but it was true.
Yeah,
they tried everything possible to get you spend every dollar up into the very last minute. Did they not?
It was down to the point where my aunt, someone who I leaned on throughout this entire transaction, predicted leave.
Yep.
They will call you in 2 days, 1 or 2 days, and then you will feel great when you get that phone call because they just dropped down to your number.
These
And that's exactly what happened.
And a lot of scammers I dealt with back in the day would target small businesses because of that. For one thing, they're hungry and they want to do business with everyone, right? So you will automatically you'll make concessions, or they'll make concessions to do business, and it just kind of happens. So I just kind of got a little jaded in my life.
I don't think I have trust issues, but I've always felt pretty confident in who to put my trust into. I feel confident in who I've given that out to. I got lucky because I'm still really, really good friends with all of my childhood friends.
But that's really being kind of a little jaded. I mean, it's just that you really pick and choose who you trust at all. I mean, there are very few people in my life that I would be completely open with.
Well, that's all we can do is pick and choose who to trust.
You're right. Well, I mean, they have to show you for him.
Yeah, and then we pick and choose.
Yeah, for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Have you heard about this drama that Cher is dealing with?
Their son.
Yeah, this is a really interesting thing, and I believe that this goes back to the Britney Spears thing. I think that it's really going to have a lasting impact on situations like this. Cher has a son from Greg Allman, and his name is Elijah Blue Allman, and Cher wants to put him in a conservatorship to protect him because he has massive addiction issues, and I guess he is about to come into some money or has access to money because of his parents, or his dad was a very famous songwriter and musician. And she wants to be the sole conservator, and the court told her no.
Really?
Yeah, the court ruled this morning and said, no, you cannot do this. As a matter of fact, her son himself said she isn't even qualified to be part of it. She's just like, look, you can have somebody take care of his money. I mean, Cher is loaded. She doesn't need his money by any means. My God. I mean, she's going to be worth $200-400 million. But what she wants is someone to take control of his finances so he doesn't have access to it to continue this downward spiral of drug use that's eventually going to end up like we see so many of these kids of stars do, like Dex Carvey. Here recently OD'd on fentanyl last year.
And apparently it stems from him getting back with his estranged wife. Because if you remember, it was either last year or the year before where his estranged wife had accused Cher of kidnapping him from the hotel room where they were staying to rekindle their marriage, and had squired him off to a secret rehab center where this woman would have absolutely no contact with him, because Cher really says that kind of toxic codependent relationship is kind of what reawoke his demons.
Which is crazy. She said he has opposed his mother becoming a conservator earlier this month. The judge declined to immediately approve. Her legal team did not give Allman or his attorneys enough time to review the documents, they said, so they turned it down. They're probably going to take another shot at this as they move forward. And basically, she just wants to make sure that he doesn't OD, because she thinks it's a possibility every day of his life.
You brought up Britney. I'm not sure. So, because I posted on the Jim Colbert Show Instagram today, and as soon as I pulled it up, I realized that the Jim Colbert Show Instagram follows Britney Spears. No qualms against that.
I didn't know that.
She's a pop celebrity. You got to be in the know.
Yeah.
But the first thing I saw was her last post, and my God.
What's going on? She's back at it?
Dog. That's like a broken door, because that is unhinged.
Really?
It's so sad.
It's very, very sad and incredibly awkward. And I honestly feel like everybody who is like, get her out of that conservatorship, I'm like, go watch that content.
Yeah, she should be back in that having.
I mean, I just remember that whole process was like, well, let's find out what she's really like before we really know how we feel about this. And when I saw that, I watched it and I just felt so bad for her, for her family. She's a mom.
Her children, dude.
It is bad.
I got to tell you, the tell in that entire thing with her was the fact that her kids do not speak to her. You know what it takes for kids to basically abandon their mom or want to have anything to do with her at all? I mean, it takes a lot. Kids are very forgiving of their parents, and they'll take a lot of abuse and still come back to mom and dad, proven over and over and over again. And these kids had no problem just kind of calling it good with her, and well, I'll be with K-Fed. You can text me.
Man, what a U-turn K-Fed really had. Everyone had hated that guy.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, no, keep the kids with him.
He went from a fedora-wearing makeup dancer to the most sane person in the family.
At first you thought, like, who's this street magician? And now you're like, oh, my God, this guy's a great dad.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget, check. You still got some time. Check is your 6 o'clock keyword. Just go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Let's put them up for last call, guys. A little joke, little callback, something fun. 407-916-1041. All lines are open. Grab one now. It's your turn to do the show. Make us laugh. We'll do last call right after this.
Got something to say?
Oh, my God. Don't look, you son of a bitch.
Call now. 407-916-1041. Last call. Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword free heart scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Wednesday, mostly sunny other than a few midday clouds as a cold front comes through. There's a teeny tiny chance of a sprinkle midday. After that front comes through, you'll notice it turns quite gusty Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Temperatures in the low 40s Thursday morning. Thursday's chilly. Dry Friday, Saturday, low 70s. And then Sunday, weather impact day. Rain, wind, and storms look possible. When and how much, I don't know yet, but you want to stay with us over the next few days.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. No one does spring travel like Amtrak. That's because now, more kids ages 2 to 12 ride for 50% off. So not only will you travel comfortably, you'll save too. Book now at Amtrak.com.
Look,
restrictions apply.
Man, when it comes to your bathroom, Rebath has you covered every single time. Here's how. They have incredible products, and then they have a great design team, and then they have insane installers. They get your bathroom in 4 to 6 days. I didn't misspeak. That's 4 to 6 days, not weeks, not months, 4 to 6 days. Here's how they do it. You go to the showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You walk in and you see the amazing models they have set up. Now, those models are just there to show you what you can do with the different products, different configurations, different setups, so you can kind of see what they can do. Then you sit down with their design team and you're like, well, here's my space. Here's what I like. Then they build it in front of you. Then they install it 4 to 6 days, give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Here's the best part of it. Your installation may be done by one of the owners of the company because they are hands-on people. And that's why they're so successful. I'll tell you another little secret. You know the big box stores, orange and blue, where you get all your cool stuff for your house? Rebath does their bathroom installations. That's who does it. So if those two big stores can trust Rebath, you can as well. If you have a bathroom in your home that you hate, your master or your guest bathroom, give these guys a shot. Not only can they give you a great number, they can give you incredible products and incredible craftsmanship as well, and they're trustworthy. You don't believe me? Go look at their Google reviews, one after another, saying how awesome they are and what a great deal it was. Be part of this family. Get your new bathroom. Log on to the website, look at the before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is waiting for you in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. Align Bloating Relief plus Food Digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus Food Digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Get $5 off at alignprobiotics.com.
Explore bizarre tales in the Very Special Episodes podcast hosted by Dana Schwartz and friends. Every Wednesday, they'll tackle a new stranger-than-fiction story, like NASA agents cracking down on a black market moonrock trade, a poisoned Titanic cast, and Mark Twain's pivotal bar fight. New from iHeart Podcasts.
That is every single one of these episodes. It is the fodder for you to say, I heard the craziest story on this podcast.
Listen to Very Special Episodes on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with 1 new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with 1 new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South makes windows that are both energy efficient and hurricane resistant. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. New South windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers because we know Florida weather.
For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Tailgate Party and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Tailgate, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Why choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? Because no 2 people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number Smart Bed lets
lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 Smart Bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Can I get your hand to ride on? Just a piece of leg to bite on. What a night to fly my kite on. Do you wanna flash a light?
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jim, if that guy's trying to retire with $50,000 at this day and age, he might as well just go ahead and give up on life. It's passed him by. Ain't that smart?
All right, 407-916-1041. We do have 3 lines open. If you want to grab one of those for last call, we'd love to hear from you. Again, that's 407-916-1041. 3 lines open for last call. Grab one now, and we'll get to you guys here in just a couple seconds. Coming up tomorrow, our buddy Scott Maxwell, Animal House. Who's in for Animal House tomorrow?
We have Debbie Helsel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, with the Back to Nature Wildlife Refuge.
She's great, man. I haven't seen her in a little bit.
I know. It's going to be, let's
awesome.
see what critters she's going to bring.
You know, they just broke ground on the new Pet Alliance building last week. We got to talk to Kathy about that.
Oh,
she was very
cool.
excited. So their new facility is coming soon. It's going to be a little bit of time to build it, but they're really excited about it.
After that devastating fire a few years ago.
Yeah, and buddy, let me tell you, you missed 2 of the cutest puppies we have ever had in the studio. Ever.
1 and 2.
I mean, they were amazing.
Imagine like a Mount Rushmore, but it was just 2 presidents.
And they're both puppies.
Exactly, but they were absolutely...
We should do that.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Puppy Mountain?
Oh, yeah, sure.
A little update from what I was telling you about that last Britney Spears post that I was like, oh my God, this is the worst one I've ever seen.
I went to look and her account's private now.
Gone.
Oh, yeah.
It is on private. You can't see what I saw when I logged in this morning.
What was it? What was it?
She just kept sticking out her tongue really awkwardly and then shoving her boobs.
Oh, just jacking them up?
Yeah, jacking them up, spin, awkward spin. It's awful.
Yeah, there's not a lot left for the imagination with her because, I mean, she has no problem. And her Instagram account is soft porn. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, every photograph is her doing some pole dance or her in some unbelievably tiny little bikini. And she doesn't blink. Her eyes are wide open. She just looks like she's lost, man.
Yeah. Your history with soft porn sucks because that is not soft porn. That is awkward, cringe, immensely unstable. We probably should have rethought the whole conservatorship. Like, it's not.
Well, I'm not talking about her mentality. I'm talking about like the stuff she puts up, like just the images. I mean,
there's naked photos.
Yeah, man.
Well.
Yeah, but they're not like. They're not attractive.
No, I didn't say they were. I'm just saying when you look at it, I mean, but she's half naked and she was a gigantic star. She still has 42 million people that follow her on Instagram.
Absolutely. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying there has never been one of those posts where I've been like, oh, Brittany, you still got it.
I think Ross is saying you're into some kinky stuff.
Oh, very nice. All right,
yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Just one line open for last call now. Grab that last one, and let's have some fun here in 1 second. We still have Bob Dylan tickets coming up tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So we'll have that coming up. And I think Ross is doing stand-up this weekend as well. We'll find out about that in a second. 407-916-1041. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Sure. Well, we want to start off by thanking Frogger's Grill and Bar, and congratulations to Adam for winning that $25 gift card. Don't forget to include Frogger's Grill and Bar for your plans for the big game.
Absolutely.
Also want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth, and last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
For sure. And of course, we'll talk to Candace on Friday for rich tips. Jack, do we have a question of the day, buddy?
Yeah, speaking of the YouTube chat, we posed the question, have you ever taken a Greyhound bus trip out of state?
Wow. What do you think, Ross?
I'm going to go 35%.
Man, that's a good guess. Deb?
Oh, 29.
Wow. I'm going to go 12.
No way.
35%.
Wow.
Ross nailed it.
Ross, way to go.
And the only reason he didn't get an immediate dong is because Deb was already answering.
Right. Yeah, that was my last shoot. Immediate dong. Stand up?
Yes, next Friday, February 9th, I'm going to be headlining in the Milk District at Barley and Vine. It's one of the coolest little independent shows in all of Orlando, and it's an honor to be one of the few people that have gotten asked to headline. So it's really awesome. You can get tickets off rosscomedy.com. Really small room.
Yeah. With the great Joel Warren.
Warren.
How did Joel's stand-up sets go in Winter Haven?
You missed it. You missed out.
He did it.
You did it. He's damn good.
He's so good.
We cut a rug over in Lakeland, and I'm happy to have a little homecoming in Orlando next week.
He's the greatest. I mean, what a machine that dude is.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. All right, 407-916-1041. Let's get to it. Let's do last call. We'll go with Bill. Bill, last call.
I just want to say thanks, Ross, for an incredible Saturday night, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming out. Speaking of comedy.
My pleasure. It's awesome.
Hey, by the way, I saw your Facebook post. And I saw that you were going to call. You were supposed to do it yesterday, right?
No.
Okay. I saw a guy
You freaked him out.
I saw a guy named Bill on Facebook go, he had a great time, and he's going to call the show, and he was supposed to do it yesterday. We didn't get the call. I thought it was him.
I'll be honest with you. He did call yesterday, but it's really hard to put somebody on hold to compliment me. And so I was like, another time, another place.
You figured a day's good?
Yeah, well,
okay, wait a day.
He snuck in on last call.
Okay, you're good. Okay. I just want to know the parameters. That's all. Tom, last call.
Hey, Deb.
Yes.
My ex is from Menominee. That's a very small town. I've been there. I got to ask you, have you ever been to the House on the Rock?
No, I haven't, but I've always wanted to go.
Oh, amazing place. Next time you get up that way, you need to check it out.
All right, buddy.
I will. Thank you.
Coolest place I've ever been, Menominee.
Oh, that's cool, man. All right, thanks. Is that Wisconsin, I assume?
It is. There's actually two Menominees.
Really?
But yeah, the one I went to, Menominee. Menominee. I went to the University of Wisconsin Stout. You know, if your grades weren't that good, when in doubt, go to Stout.
I love that.
It's a great school cheer.
Big T, last call.
All right, so Party Mom's throwing in some throwback songs, so I figured I'd present you with this. Kathy Padgett's got it going on. Just watch those golfers with those bat swings all day long. Ross, can't you see your mom's the best that can be? I know it might be wrong, but Kathy Padgett will kill you.
Yes, she will kill your ass. She will kill your ass.
She's coming down soon.
Is she really?
Yeah. She's looking at a couple of places.
Oh, my God.
One of those places is not one of the rooms in my home.
Good knowing you, buddy. Mike Larson, last call.
Hey, before we get into it, I wanted to let Ross and Jimmy know, leave Brittany alone. This is Mike Buzzer Larson here with another KFC joke. No seatbelts required. KFC is promoting their Taylor Swift special for $8.95. You know what's in it, Jimmy?
I have no clue.
Okay. God. 2 bony thighs, 2 small breasts, and a left wing. Blackjaw, give me the buzzer.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
He loved that.
It made him almost cry.
Yeah, I think he even hated it. About halfway through, he goes, what am I doing with my life?
I think he's like, I can't believe they let me get this far.
I know, I can't either.
Party Mom, last call. The bar is low.
Oh, no, man. I got a good song tonight. This is a throwback week for Party Mom songs.
Yay.
This is from September 2022.
Oh, wow. Casey Kasem.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Jim, called out by Bomber Patch for drinking too much gin. His golf game is suffering, as we heard today. Don't worry about it, Jim. Ross will beat you anyway. Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, Party Mom. Appreciate that very much. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. You heard it. Tomorrow we have Animal House, our buddy Scott Maxwell. We have keywords for you to win money, Bob Dylan tickets. Why in the hell would you never listen to this show? Matter of fact, go find all your friends and ask them personally to their face, do you listen to the Jim Colbert Show? If you do not, Don't do anything bad to them. Just say, hey, listen,
Well,
you
maybe
should
a little
listen.
throat
It's
punch.
very entertaining. It's nothing like anything else on the radio today.
And you send them to the iHeartRadio app, and they can listen to past episodes on demand.
Boom. That's exactly what you do. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. And for us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
And stay warm. Bye.
Well, I don't know about that.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio.